taking forever to glow. Okay, there we go. Yellow button up or blue button, whatever the fucking color this bullshit is. I don't want to fucking do this shit today. I never want to do this fucking show at all. Why? Because I hate my job.
I wear my sunglasses in the house. Not at night, though.
I hate doing this. I hate you. I hate the people.
Well, what else is new?
I fucking hate myself. I hate I hate the topics. I fucking hate everything about this whole program. Again, I hate you.
Well, this is why people...
I hate the people. I hate myself.
Hmm.
I hate the show. I hate the topics. I fucking hate everything. But that's just me in general.
Oh, amen, Count Victor. The Raid 2. Yes. So happy you loved that. Well, that's good that you hate everything. You know why? It's like I said before. Flicks with the Dicks is the ECW film discussion. We're unfiltered and don't give a flying fuck.
I don't give a fuck about nothing right now.
Yeah.
For you folks at home, personally, I hate my life. Literally. So,
hey, guess who's in the chat? Giuseppe. Yeah, my buddy. I met him through the Doom.
I like that guy.
Oh, he's great.
He sounds Italian.
Oh, and by the way, Giuseppe. Oh, and by the way, Giuseppe, he's gonna laugh at this. Hey, Gary, empty shotgun.
Anyways,
see, watch Giuseppe's gonna start laughing. I already know he will.
Anyways, before I even bother introducing you folks about, before I introduce this program for you all, I mean, I don't even need to introduce this because the fucking title of the show is right there at the bottom of your screen, so you all know what the hell this is. Before I even bother doing the intros, let me address two things that happened. The Triple Crown Shot live stream and my Hereditary review.
I loved it. That's my favorite.
The Triple Crown Shot video. Now, what happened was, we were going through. Okay, basically the live stream, it was not going as I originally planned. We had everybody there. It was going really well with the whole procedure. Until all of a sudden, after one of the guests left, but that was out of his hands because of internet droppage.
And he's had issues with that before.
So out of it, not his fault, and for some reason, the mojo started to drop there, and we were starting to go out of the organized and not keeping with the whole pattern of what we're supposed to do. Then another guy left, which was uncalled for, but we managed to handle that off camera. And basically, the whole entire show went a wreck. And when I said there was going to be a part 2, I was wrong. I addressed it publicly about what the whole issue was, and I did apologize, but we managed to talk it over with everyone. And as for the Triple Crown Shot, we are going to make it up for it. Instead of doing a live stream, which will take fucking forever, the Triple Crowns is going to be a mini-series. I decided to minimize the whole, shorten up the list a little bit. Some of them are going to be reshot, redoed, but the reason is since they're all going to be in a series like Deal, Triple Crown Shot list series, top 3 comedies, top 3 animations. Some of them will be rinse and repeat. Some of them are going to be brand new. More details, more descriptions, and more entertainment, so we don't have to go everything all in one with short description.
Yeah, think of it like the actual, and Count Victor, you're killing me. Think of it as the actual Triple Crown. You got it's in a series. You got the Belmont, you got the Kentucky Derby, and the third race, I forgot what it was called.
Yeah, fucking horse. Yeah, the horsey NASCAR. I don't fucking know what it's called.
The horse of
I don't fucking know. I don't understand this whole. I don't understand what the fuck is so special about this whole Kentucky Derby.
I'll tell you why. Because it's the best horse. It's the best horse races in the world, competing in some of the most beloved tracks of all time. That's been going on for many, many years. And recently, Belmont. I know Belmont and Kentucky. I forgot what the third one is, but I know
American Pharoah. American Pharoah is the name.
Okay, and recently someone won the Triple Crown.
Well, congratulations to that asshole. By the way, if you ever go to these Kentucky Derbies, make sure you are 3 things. 1, absolutely filthy rich.
Yeah.
2, wearing a nice suit. And 3, have your flower hats.
Oh,
yeah. You
Fuck's sake.
gotta do that bullshit. Now, if you're wondering where the hell's my regular glasses and why am I wearing sunglasses, I'll tell you why. I'm tired. I'm out of it. I have no pep in me anymore. I've been up for the past how many hours? Why? Let's just say I'm battling with my own crisis. That I'm not going to get into detail. Why? Because it's irrelevant to the program and I don't feel like talking about my own issues. Why? Because I'm aware I'm a piece of shit. So,
Hey, Gary, look. Here's a chair. Here's the doggy. Hey, doggy.
can you see me smiling right now?
Oh, how can you not smile at this, you baby?
Folks, let me tell you right now, I never smile.
You got a look at the cute little doggy. Okay. Yeah, you go, boo boo. Okay. How can you not be happy over seeing the cute doggy?
I don't know what the fuck happiness is.
Oh, come on, Mr. Kappa.
I'm sorry, folks. I don't.
Hey, Matt Montada, how you
See,
doing?
I know how to turn my sad, miserable life into freaking entertainment because that's what I do. I make fun of myself. And speaking of that, we'll get to that in a little bit. So, besides the whole Triple Crown shot, since I'm making them now, let me talk about my Hereditary review real quick.
I love it.
As for that review, though, the whole title itself, the whole description, I did see the movie, but here's the deal, though. I was originally gonna do my regular Mr. Garrison reviews where I just sit in my chair, white shirt, and just discussing it, blah 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 blah. But I figured, you know what? I'm gonna have a little fun with it and just turn a little twist on you all, and turn it into something goofy. So what I did was at the end, I just took some purple paint. I just wanted to go all nuts because let me tell you right now, before I even did the review, the other night, before I saw the movie, I was watching Ric Flair promos, and I wanted to go because the whole Ric Flair deal is going to be part of my whole gimmick now, inspiration, and I wanted to incorporate a Ric Flair deal into that whole.
Mean, woo, my God, Jane.
So the whole purple paint, though, that was unplanned. I didn't know what the fuck to do, and basically the whole part of that, since I was, you can say, somewhat mocking the movie, I technically wasn't. I was just goofing around, having fun.
Well, I know what you were doing. You're basically acting so weird, and
I just wanted to showcase what my own interpretation of crazy is.
Yes, and like interpreting of wait, I still think Annihilation is the most overrated film of the year. I agree, C.A. Cougar, but
I'm against that. I have to say Hereditary for me.
Well, I did see Hereditary, ladies and gentlemen, last night, and be quiet. And I'm not going to say a word. I'm not going to say anything. Okay. You have no idea what my thoughts are going to be. Let's just say I have a lot to cover, and I'm going to be doing this with Lucas. Hello, my name is Ashley Marshall. Yes,
yeah,
that
folks,
Lucas.
give this guy a shine star for you to see what your life that true life be. Shining star for you. No more Earth, Wind, and Fire. But yeah, give this guy the shining star for his review. I already had my fame in the spotlight for.
Oh, it's my favorite review. It's my favorite review you've ever done.
I have my little spotlight. It's done. Now, let me tell you all the serious part of my review of Hereditary in my actual ignition summary form. See, now with this whole deal, now, with my deal with A24 Films, now, I'm not going to say anything or bash at all, because that's not the type of guy I am. I'm not an asshole, even though actually I am an asshole. I lie, but I'm not an asshole when it comes to people liking film. Unless if you're someone who likes Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, then I'll fucking bash you. But that's
Back to the Future.
That's a whole different story.
Or Back to the Future.
Subjective bullshit. But let me tell you all the deal when I went to go in and see this movie. What now?
No, this is your story. Like I said, this is flashbacks of you going over this fucking movie.
Yeah. So the whole deal this movie, when I went to go see a theater, again, with me and A24, do I hate the company as a whole? No, I don't, because they've produced some good shit before. They produced for me. I've only seen like three or four movies that were pretty good. But do I hate all their movies again? No, I've seen a couple movies that they've done that were really good. See, that just for me though, I just can't really get into their coming of age or their horror films. The coming of age, it's the horror aspect more, because you all know horror is my favorite genre.
Oh, same here. Oh, no. I mean, Well, okay, just like Danny Boy feedback, just like Danny Boy said, the reason why I love or really liked or love some of the films they did is because they don't come off like that typical generic A1 steak sauce films, Gary. Which is, fucking boring art house or horrible horror films, okay? Films like Lock, The Disaster Artist, Ex Machina, Free Fire, The Rover, The Spectacular Now. What do they all have in common? Yes, that was A24 on. There's a difference. They come off as if it wasn't made by A24.
All right, now as for the movie itself, now when I went to go and see this movie, this is coming fucking truthful because I don't want to lie. I didn't go in to see this movie because of A24. I didn't do that. I didn't go into this movie to even hate it. I didn't do that. I only saw one trailer, but the thing is, I went in completely blind seeing this movie and see what it is. Now, again, like I said in my review, I went to go see this. I went to go in, just like with any film, see what it is, objectively, see what watch the film. Once it comes time reviewing, talk about without any spoilers my likes and dislikes or whatever. Give my overall rating. That's it. Now, I've been getting asked how many questions. What did I find parts that were unintentionally hilarious? Now, without spoilers, I'll give you two major things that made me laugh. One, the mother. A lot of the mannerisms that she was doing, especially her facial reactions.
Oh my!
I couldn't help but laugh. I mean, would you think? Do you think this is not funny? You think that's get fucking pictures of that.
I'm taking like
think that's
900 pictures of that.
You think that's not funny? I couldn't help but laugh at that, dude. The fucking facial reaction he was making. And another one again. No spoilers. If you see spoilers, there is going to be timestamp where the spoilers. Another thing that got me laughing was Alex Wolff, who was looking at himself while he's in the classroom. He was looking at himself in the mirror and gives himself a smirk, like. And all of a sudden, just fucking smacks his head on the desk.
That's not from the same scene. That's not. Oh shit! He made it.
Hello.
There he is. But yeah. Besides that, but when Alex Wolff slapped his head on the desk, that did make me laugh.
Okay,
I want to say something so bad. It was so fucking unexpected. I didn't know what to do except laugh at it. So again, those are two major spoilers for you. It's not like spoiling the whole movie at all, because I'm not going to spoil it. But again, folks,
you were talking about Hereditary, are you?
Well, Gary is from his perspective.
But I'm just giving my own initial thoughts. So yes, folks, honestly, when I went to go and see this movie, I went in as a horror fan. I went in to go see a horror movie and hopefully it gets something good or bad. And unfortunately, folks, from my perspective of what I saw and what I experienced with this movie, I did not like it, and I could not get into it, nor I was a fan of it, and I can't really see the appeal for this particular horror film. I can't really see it topping A Quiet Place. I really can't.
Oh, okay. Okay. Oh, God damn it. I want to say something so bad, but I'm just going to say this. The reactions, not critical, okay, but just from an audience perspective, the audience reaction to this movie is unbelievable.
See, thing is, for this film, I didn't pay attention to the critics. I didn't pay attention to the audience. The only thing I paid attention for was me and me alone of how I was going to react to the film. And that's all I did. I went in solo, solitaire, blackjack, fuck you, and look what happened. I went in. I did not like the movie. I don't really see how the film is good because I didn't like it at all, and I really don't see this topping A Quiet Place at all. The only film that might top A Quiet Place, here's my subjective bullshit. I think you all know that. You know me well enough. I think you'll fucking know what it might be. But again, we'll see. But Hereditary for me is my most overrated film of the year. Probably going to be like surprising, but you know what? So be it. That's my perspective. For folks who do love the film, I'm proud you like it. I am happy. I'm not going to bash you because I'm glad you folks love the film. I just could not get any reaction nor the same exact excitement nor appeal like the folks who enjoyed it did. So I apologize. I just had a different mindset already. Different mindset.
By the way, Gary, I was telling CA Cougars in the chat. Would you believe that the original cut of a Hereditary is 3 hours long?
I don't think I would survive. But yeah,
It is.
again, folks, that review I did.
I mean, as long as it's made by Peter Jackson, then I would sit through it. Why not? He makes 3-hour-long movies.
But yeah, folks, again, my review I did again at the last part. I was just being goofy. That's all I was doing. I was just being goofy while trying to be serious as well. But majority being goofy.
Hey, Gary,
that's all I was doing.
Wow, 15 minutes in. Well, since LukeNukem's here, how about
let me get this show. I'll shut the fuck
up. I'll put this in the table of contents.
But anyways, folks, greetings one and all. Welcome back to the show everybody fucking hates or nobody gives a shit about film. Actually, they do because nobody will be watching. But welcome back to Flicks with the Dicks. This is episode number 47 for you all. I am that guy who only wears one shirt. That guy everybody hates for 2 seconds, maybe even 3. And I'm the guy that everyone finds irritating. I am.
Well, I mean, people can sympathize with you. They don't like me.
They don't like me. They don't like me either.
Well, there's a difference between like and hate. Dislike and hate. Hate's a bit of a stronger word than dislike. But yeah, still, you get what I mean, where I'm going here. But also, quickly before these guys talk, and I'll shut the fuck up. Episode number 48, we're going to have a fun episode. That's going to fall on a Sunday. We're going to have a special guest joining us. And the main topic for that episode is going to be none other than discussing animation.
Yep.
And episode number 49, it's going to be, Brady won't be, I don't know if Brady will be joining us, but we're planning on doing an episode on the 4th of July, maybe, a 4th of July special / a Q&A special before we answer your questions. More details will come on that later in a separate video. And episode 50, we're going to be doing Movie Jeopardy. We got our guests for that episode.
What's it called again?
Movie Jeopardy.
Okay, you said it right this time.
Well, Movie Jeopardy is going to be the main thing for episode number 50. We got a guest. As for who, just have to wait and see. We're going to get the game together, and we're going to have a fun time with that episode. So I'm going to shut the fuck up and let these guys do their thing.
Go ahead, Professor.
Well, Professor LukeNukem is back in session once again to teach you, everybody, that Solo: A Star Wars Story was indeed quite of a disappointment. And the Incredibles 2 review, along with Won't You Be My Neighbor and Tag, will hopefully be posted on my YouTube channel. And as a matter of fact, I'm going to be teaching this session, along with many others, basically describing how much I really... I don't know. I'm still kind of. I don't know. I just saw it, and I don't want to give away about how I feel. You know.
What was it?
Because people are kind of wondering, how I felt about Incredibles 2.
Oh,
whether it was like the equivalent of Finding Dory.
Oh God, you.
But people are gonna have to find out. That's all I'm gonna have to say is. You will be quite surprised about how I feel about it. So.
I want to be blow job away.
Oh, would you be quiet? It's blown away, you dumb shit.
Yeah, blow job away.
LukeNukem, you see what I have to fucking deal with here?
I'm sorry.
You want to know why I'm bald? It started with James the Emperor.
Look, I'm on my way to balding, so don't feel too bad. I might be joining him by next year being a fucking baldy.
You may look like Pope Francis or something.
I already got a yarmulke on the head. You can clearly see it, so no worries. And no, I'm not Jewish.
Hey, the Kevin Price is right. That's his new nickname. Kevin Price is right.
Yeah. So.
Alrighty. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 47 of Flicks with the Dicks. Introducing. Oi, Buckeye, you're such a pussy. I don't need body armor, Professor LukeNukem. And you got the young, yes, that's Mr. Garrison. And yours truly, boy Jane Money. I have a plethora of topics to go over. However, we always let the guest of honor go first. And he arrived just in time after a long drive in the heavy-ass rain and accidents and heavy traffic. So, Mr. LukeNukem. Oh, excuse me. Let's begin.
So as for my plethora of topics that I got for you all before I let our guest do our thing, I don't have much. I got plenty of lists. I got 4 lists I'm going to be going over from adultcandy.com. I got a movie news about a certain actor is going to be reprising a role in a sequel to a film that shouldn't happen. And I got more fucking news about that movie again.
Backdoor Sluts 10?
11.
Oh. I didn't know they made it 11. Okay.
I'm going to let Mr. Luke Duke Poop.
Professor LukeNukem.
Whatever the fuck his name is, I'm gonna let him go.
No, Professor.
Let him go. No, I don't give a fuck what his name.
His name is Professor LukeNukem.
All right, ding dong, LukeNukem. There we go. So,
yeah, it's bigger than yours. Zing! You wanted that one?
I may not have a big ding dong, but I was able to bang some dong dong. Literally. So I'm going to let him go first. I'll go second since I had the least amount of topics, and Fat Boy is going to bore us all to tears.
Yay.
So, what do you... Microphone's yours.
Yours.
Ding, ding, ding. Hello? Is this thing on? Oh, okay. So, now that we got that out of the way, thank you for that swell introduction.
I know, it sucked.
Yeah.
Hey, mine's worse.
It's okay.
So, hey, come on, don't be so down. Why the long face?
Yeah. LukeNukem's like, why the long face? It's not like I was the best presenter at the Next Gen 2 years in a row, so sorry. In fact, he was, folks. He was. I gotta be objective. LukeNukem stole the fucking show again.
By the way, I'm wearing sunglasses not because of Fat Boy. I'm doing it because I literally look like shit right now. So I'm all droopy in the eyes. So
I think you're trying to look like the cool man's Harold Ramis.
Maybe.
Or Tom Cruise from well, you know why he's wearing glasses? Gary had 2 black eyes. Why? He was told more than once. I'm sorry, you're at me. Go ahead, Luke.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Hey, Gary, you're on mute.
Don't go downtown Buffalo. You'll get there.
And I think he's on mute again.
He's on mute again. Dude, quit turning into Claude from Grand Theft Auto 3.
Luke, just go right ahead. I'll be quiet.
No, it's fine. So anyway, as I have gotten those things out of the way, it's time for me to discuss, just a few short movie reviews while I'm at it, because in all honesty, I've really been behind on a whole lot of things. Ever since college and just working out on vacation and moving houses from like one location to the other. So with that being said, let's just start off with, just a few movies that I was managed to see.
Bedroom to bathroom.
Yeah. So, let's just start off with the movies that I've managed to see, throughout my vacation. Let's start with the worst out of all of them, A Wrinkle in Time.
A wrinkle ball sack.
That's what Gary called a wrinkle ball sack.
Yeah.
I heard this was beyond atrocious.
Okay, if you go up in interviews with Ava DuVernay, she, during, I guess the Oscar show or something, I think it was, the press screening, she was basically, saying, it's just one of those things that you're supposed to have, complete fun with and just a wonderful joyride with.
Mm-hmm.
For me, this was a joyride through hell because this movie was beyond terrible. Everything about this movie, I can't even, for the life of me, just imagine, because at first I thought it was just gonna be one of those movies that, whatever. But then I saw a few reviews, online, including YMS's reviews and a few others online, pretty much giving this movie a 1 out of 10, and I'm like, holy smokes, that's terrible. And then they were absolutely right on that assessment. So with that being said, before we delve into the outright atrocities that this movie has, there are a few positives I do have. I mean, the visual backgrounds, when they're not completely terribly composited green screen, they look very good.
Okay.
And basically, Chris Pine, a lot like every other overrated piece of shit movie he's in, is the best part of the movie. He really is the best part of the movie. And despite having him, sorry, Jerome, if I offended you.
Hey, don't you talk bad about Star Trek. Hey, you know where I'm going with that.
Yeah, I won't talk about Star Trek, just only the movie that
WW.
But Chris Pine and a few actors, they're really the best part of the whole movie. Other than that, the performances were downright horrible. There was not a single line of insightful or noteworthy dialogue throughout the whole movie. Even just the worst part about this entire movie with, you've seen A Wrinkle in Time, right?
Not yet.
Okay.
Not either.
Okay. There is this child actor, and chat, you may know who I'm talking about. He goes by the name of Derek Maccabee, who plays the character of Charles Wallace. And he is up there with Jake Lloyd as one of the worst child actors I've ever seen. But I won't harp on Jake Lloyd too much because it wasn't his fault.
Yeah, it's hard to work with shitty content. How was Oprah? Okay, Oprah Winfrey. I've seen her in some movies, and she is amazing, especially in The Color Purple. She was great in the Butler. Hey, Gary, The Butler. What about this movie?
Oh my! Just like I said before, the performances were downright bad.
God.
I mean, they're just not given that much direction, aside from the fact that every single character really does have a lot of terrible, unconvincing, expositionalized dialogue. And the three fairies in the movie, who are like Mr. What's-It, Mr. Who, and Miss and Mrs. Witch, they're basically not that incredibly helpful. And even the world that they're creating, it's just terrible world building. And even like the environments are completely vacant and just very not filled with wildlife and just not special at all. And throughout the whole movie, it's like one of those movies that made me go like, okay, but why? Like Reese Witherspoon's character, Mrs. What's-It, she can turn into a giant leafy creature, which looked a bit cool, but again, I was like, how can she do that? Why? And they talk about the whole aspect of becoming like a warrior, and I'm like, what? Why? What is this? What is? I don't know what the mythology of this movie is. It's just not very unexplained. Hopefully, it's explained well in like this very quaint and cute children's book that this was based off of. But yeah, there was little to no character development. Even the characters I didn't give a flying crap about. The visual effects are bad, and the soundtrack of this movie, aside from, just the forgettable musical score, just the vast majority of the soundtrack is completely ham-fisted in with just like these pop songs that are just meant for, iTunes and Spotify listeners.
Hey, LukeNukem, there's a couple of interesting comments. One of them says, I also heard Reeves was the worst part.
No, Derek Maccabee is the worst part of the movie.
Okay. OMB said
that annoying.
OMB said it reminded me of that Peter Pan film that came out in 2015. Fucking Neverbirds.
Holy shit. At least I will say it like this. At least they weren't singing, I don't know, Nirvana.
I was about to say the same thing. The soundtrack was. Did anyone notice the main kid broke the fourth wall at one point?
Oh man, I didn't even know about it, but I'll try to erase it from my memory.
Was he holding Universal tickets in his hand on a fucking roller coaster?
Saying the words "ching" as well.
PTSD coming back.
Downward slope.
Yeah, but yeah, this movie literally is what Gary says. It is a downward slope. And even the villain of the movie, it's basically like they call it like the it, not Pennywise it, but like, like the it, the something, or just like, a black forge of darkness. And all it really is just the equivalent of like, the the black version of like Galactus from Rise of the Silver Surfer, or the nothing from the Neverending Story. Not the dog, but the that giant just cloud and void of it. It's, oh my god, Wrinkle in Time, you are a waste of my time.
But yeah, Neverending Story, the first one, the one by Wolfgang Peterson, that's such a good movie, though.
It is a good movie, unlike the third one.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
Jack Black, I love you, but even you couldn't even say that shit.
Yeah. Man, that is so bad. Why is Born to Be Wild in that movie?
Okay. I know we're getting off track, but Rockbiter, there's a sequence in the first movie where he's like this big, strong, and he's just sitting there depressed because he lost his friends to the nothing and he couldn't save him. And he's like, I'm just going to let it take me too. And he just sat there all lonely. I was like, oh, you feel bad for him, you know? You're like, oh, you just want to give him a hug. It's like, it's okay, buddy. I feel bad. And then the third one, he's singing Born to Be Wild, right? He's riding on his fucking rock cycle.
A tricycle. With this little kid.
Oh! He had a hard cock.
Yeah.
My god. Yeah.
But yeah, one of the worst movies of the year, 0.5, Wrinkle in Time. But now let's just manage to bring things up a little bit, because we're going to talk about, a movie that I was like, okay, this is an interesting premise nonetheless, but to be completely honest, I had a great time with it. And what better great time did I have with than Game Night?
That is also one of my reviews, and I just saw it recently. And
yeah, I saw it recently too. And Jerome can agree with me with this. At the beginning of the movie, I was like, okay, is this what I'm in? Is this what it's going to be, really? But like, as soon as like the story goes on, when you get to like the whole intriguing aspect with the game and stuff, I'm like, I am in. This is hilarious.
And LukeNukem said it perfectly.
And the cast is a lot of fun, and even the twists and turns that the movies takes you on.
Oh my god, it's insane, but it
intrigues me a little bit, especially with like Ginger Matt Damon, who I think he was called that in like Spill.com in like the Battleship review or something like that. He was also in Black Mass with Johnny Depp.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, he was kind of like that weird character who I was like, I'm not sure about that, but there was like this one twist that involves him. I'm like, all right, the kudos movie, kudos, and then it gets to like and then it kind of likes to get to the like post credit sequence, and I'm like, oh, he is just a stalker after all.
Well, there's two of them.
Yeah.
There's one that involves that particular character, and there's one after all of the credits. That was genius.
I didn't stick around. I didn't stick around for that.
Oh fuck! I can't say nothing will ruin it, but I will say this: the funniest scene in the movie is the bullet removal scene.
Yeah. Blood.
He's like, don't spoil anything. But how that scene concludes, I was dying.
Yeah.
It's like the first act in the movie, I'm just like, oh my god. But once the main story kicks in, oh my god, it is fucking great.
It's great, 3.5 out of 5, and fantastic time with it.
Yep.
Now we go to the good, back to the bad again. Please, can we just stop with unnecessary sequels, please?
Oh boy.
Pacific Rim Uprising. Or I didn't want to bring this up again, but I called it on the Double Toasted movie review extravaganza. I called it Pacific Rim Up the Crack of Its Ass.
I will give the movie
it was intended to be a pun nonetheless.
I will give it this. It's better than the
got
Transformers films.
Yeah, but that's not saying a whole lot.
Well, I know.
And about that story, I kind of, with that pun, I kind of got booed a little bit.
Come on. It's meant to be a,
Yeah, but it's meant to be a fun show, but, it's a rough audience. Rough crowd. But I got used to it, and the environment is very great once you get used to it.
Count Victor says Jing Tien is in the movie, so Gary may like it.
Huh? What? What?
Yeah.
What?
I mean, Mako's. That one chick from the first movie's in there. That one chick from I think the Great Wall, wasn't it?
Jing Tien.
Yeah, Jing Tien.
Yeah.
She's in this movie.
My guilty pleasure. Last year.
All because of her.
No.
Hey Gary.
I may call one of the things to say, hey, don't get me a date with her.
Maybe it won't.
Hey Gary, if you want to marry her, go get a ring pop. or a ring from a Cracker Jack box. It's the Schwartz.
I heard those things that you get from the toy treasure chest.
Yeah. Wait, I heard Charlie Day is the worst part about the movie. Yes, he is. Oh my God, he's obnoxious.
Man, they completely retconned his character also, because I was like, okay, now this there's like this one twist that involves with them. I'm like, I was like, it's fine, but like once he becomes, spoiler alert, the villain of the piece, I'm like, come on.
And LukeNukem, I have to say this now. I know when you talk about Man of Steel and all the destruction, that doesn't have jack shit on this movie because, dude, they actually use buildings as weapons against these monsters by throwing them at them. I'm like, Jesus Christ, you're trying to save the world, not destroy it.
Even John Boyega was like, we ran out of buildings. Even Superman was like, tone it down, guys.
I was like, damn, at least I destroy the world maker. I'm like, you two fuckers, you're trying to destroy the world, period.
And even like Japan is a wasteland by the end of this movie.
Oh my dude. It makes Metropolis look like Dubai.
No, it makes it look like Venezuela. No offense to Venezuela.
No, but you had on mute, Gary. Why did every robot have a sword? They were watching a lot of Voltron that weekend.
It was film porn anyway.
Watching a lot of Gundam. But the thing is with that movie, it's this. Like, by the end of this, it was just a complete waste of my time.
And the sad thing is, this is directed by Stephen DeKnight, who did
the Spartacus television series, I think.
He's the one who created, and he did many of the best episodes, especially the very last one, which is one of the greatest things I've ever fucking seen. Even IGN gave it a 10. You know how stingy those fuckers are when it comes to them giving 10s. They gave the last episode of that show a 10. Yeah. It was made by Stephen DeKnight. And I was just like, okay, this may have promise. No. Because at least with Guillermo del Toro, that movie had a sense of character.
Yeah, a sense of awe.
Yeah, and it was like, oh my God, this is what Transformers should have been. And what's his name? Oh shit, I forgot. He was in the first movie.
Charlie Day?
No. The main character. Oh my God, what's this actor's name?
No. Charlie Hunnam.
No.
Right?
Oh my God. He was like the main leader.
Okay.
He was in
Idris
the Dark
Elba.
Tower.
Idris Elba.
Idris Elba, who is a fucking badass in the
Yes.
first movie. In this movie, it's his son. He's like, I am not my father. It's like, no shit, you're not.
Oh, man, he also has a lot of daddy issues.
Oh.
Especially with like the running gag being, my face is sexy, isn't it? Isn't it?
I was like, dude, take that shit to the Maury show or
I did it for The Rock.
Shut up, Gary.
For the people.
Shut your mouth, you thong wearing fatty.
Like, some of that like broy dialogue makes Top Gun less gay.
Val Kilmer, yeah, I'm talking to you, Mr. Iceman.
And speaking of Top Gun, we're going to get into some of that topics later with Gary. But yeah, 1 out of 5. I'll go rapid fire fashion so we can get this over with. Next one I saw, hip hop hippity hippity hop Peter Rabbit.
Vanilla Ice? Is that you?
I wish it was.
Pudding?
No, we're not talking about that piece of shit Corey Graves.
Oh, him.
You know, we're not talking about Boy George.
Hey, Boy George has got talent, man.
Yeah, unlike Corey Graves.
Yeah.
Oh, Peter Rabbit.
Here's the thing.
Just keep it to animation.
Yeah. Like, speaking of animation, there was that one portion where it just switches to animation, 2D animation. I'm like, why can I be watching this movie? This is way better and has way more emotion.
Was it the end credits?
No. It was not only that, but like the middle portion when like his family died.
Thank you.
That was. I was like, man, this could have been the movie.
Yeah, but no, we get stupid slapstick.
Annoying James Gordon.
All it is the rabbit's trying to get the garden, and the owner is trying to kill him. There you go. That's the fucking movie.
And the Carter DeVito, baby.
Oh my God, Gary.
Did you know that Sam Neill was in this movie?
He's a dickhead.
Would you be cool?
Yeah. You know, Sam Neill, who was the main character in Jurassic Park. Yeah.
The reason why he was in this, I guess he couldn't. I guess he ran out of fossils to find.
Yeah. I guess he didn't want to be in Jurassic World, so he was like, pass.
Yeah, but he'd rather be in 3.
I wouldn't say ran out of fossils. He's got his mother still.
Oh, be quiet, Gary. The fossils. Peter Rabbit. Okay, I have to talk to you about this one scene, and to me, it's the worst scene in the movie. The food allergy scene.
Yeah.
What the fuck was so funny about that scene?
Blueberry.
I think it was raspberry.
It was. Oh,
you know, one of the rabbits. I think it was the green-shirted one. I can't tell the actresses apart. One of them was voiced by Margot Robbie. The other was voiced by the villain in the Cloverfield Paradox, and one of them is Daisy Ridley.
The only time I want to see them good-looking chicks as bunnies is the Playboy Mansion.
Yeah.
And that's a compliment, goddammit. But
just grab a magazine and everything will be all good and dandy.
Yeah.
Now, the thing is that one of the biggest problems with Peter is that it's entirely filled with plot cliches. And some of the worst imaginable, but I will say it got a few chuckles out of me, especially with that rooster. I have no idea why, but...
Oh, the fucking rooster and how he...
Well, you know what they say, everybody loves laughing at cocks.
Would you be quiet, Gary? No more puns! No more puns!
No, what did you feel about that?
The rooster, I was like, wow, what a giant cock.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't laugh at the rooster. I was kind of cringing, but kind of laughing at the same time. I was like, well, I didn't expect that, but it's kind of, but yeah.
What was the one scene where they generate this electricity to where when someone touches it, it zaps them like they got hit by one of those railguns from District 9.
Yeah.
Okay?
and then they hit a wall. I think I think they're still alive.
I don't know how if it zaps them that fucking bad.
Yeah, I think it's called plot armor.
You're no Thor, okay? You can't absorb that shit. You're no Raiden.
I got a joke for you.
Oh my God.
All right,
why did the rooster cross the road?
Oh my God. Why?
So we can choke the chicken.
Would you fuck off, Gary? LukeNukem. You know why LukeNukem has a full head of hair? Because he doesn't have to deal with this shit.
Yeah. It's why I am so looking modest and attractive as ever.
Yes, you are.
Wait, Kevin Price says, someone I know, Kevin Price is right. Someone I know told me Margot Robbie had a better performance in this than I, Tanya. Okay, first of all, whatever drugs that motherfucker is smoking, he must have took it up the butt.
She was nominated for like a Golden Globe or an Oscar, first of all.
First of all, I, Tanya is incredible. I love I, Tanya. Because that is a great dark comedy. And two, this was not funny.
Yeah. It wasn't even funny, even in the slightest bit.
No.
So yeah, Peter Rabbit, 1.5 stars, and I forgot to mention Pacific Rim 1.
Oh, 1.
Delicious.
And speaking of like, and this movie also premiered alongside Peter Rabbit.
Oh no.
And I think you know what I'm talking about.
Is it what I think it is?
I have no idea why this guy, with all of his craft, Oscar nominations, he makes this boring waste of just God. Predictable Oscar baity nonsense in the highest degree. The 1517 to Paris.
Oh my God. Oh my God, this movie is so awful. Okay, the best thing about the movie was the final 10 minutes. That's it.
The final 10 minutes, but even that was going to happen.
But the movie
it's
so misleading because it's not about the 1517 in Paris. It's basically a Richard Linklater film gone awfully wrong.
Yeah. It's like, I mean, the performances are bad, and even like when your movie is terrible, when the best performance in the whole movie is Jaleel White.
Dude,
he was playing a character. When
I saw his character, I was like, "Holy shit! It's the voice of Sonic."
It's Urkel.
Yep. He was, folks. He was the best actor, and I know they incorporated the actual, real, legit people who were involved in the 1517 to Paris. Okay, that I can understand. However, this is a movie, and clearly they have no acting skills.
I mean, even if you have like very great actors, like Jenna Fisher's one, Judy Greer is one. Well, obviously Jaleel White, because who can deny freaking Urkel? But like, you have other actors in there, and like, I have no idea how bad they've gotten. Mostly because of just flat direction, trying to make it a bit realistic, but they're given nothing to work with.
Not only that, the movie was literally about fucking nothing until it gets until when they get on the train.
Yeah.
And this should have been a documentary feature or short film about this.
Yeah, it literally should have been a documentary or short film, like you said.
Was it Sonic in this? Yeah, Jay White did the voice for Sonic, the classic cartoons and shit.
Yes. And did you know that James Marsden is going to be playing Sonic in the next Sonic movie? Did you know that?
John Marsden.
Let's just hope it isn't like Sonic 06 or Sonic Riders.
I played Sonic 06. And while that movie is bad, it's a guilty pleasure of mine.
Well, I'm all about the classics.
Yeah, me too. But speaking of terrible, let's go back to 1517 to Paris.
Yeah, 1517 to nowhere.
Yeah. I felt honestly completely bored throughout this whole movie, and the performances from I understand what he was trying to go for. He was going for that active valor thing.
Yes, even active valor share the same share the same principle where it's using actual real
army veterans,
but they're not actors, and it obviously fucking shows.
Yeah, it's like I forgot the name of the movie, but remember that time when Spike Lee hired a basketball player to be in his movie?
Yes.
Yeah, what was that? What was that movie again? It'll pop
it wasn't Love and Basketball, was it? Or Miracle at St. Anna, or
I have no idea. But yeah, it's like, I don't mind if you hire. I understand that you want to hire, these guys, just to make them special or whatnot or something like that. But man, give him like an acting coach or just give him some good characters to work with. Because like even if they're kids, they're terrible, and even like some of the characterization is bad. There's like this one character who I think is the black character. His entire gimmick or like the entire characterization is that
I'm still
all the
there.
time.
Oh, okay.
And
he got game. Is that it?
I think he got game.
Yep.
Yeah. And yeah, it's just I can't like it. Then what's worse is that it feels more predictable because it does this whole flashback where it goes like you know it's like that whole Sully thing, where it flashes to the crash, it flashes to the present, and then back to the crash again, and then to the present. Except with this one, it's more boring, and I was engaged in Sully, despite what a whole lot of other people think.
Well, Sully, this movie makes Sully look like Letters from Iwo Jima. Okay.
This makes Sully look like $1 Million Baby,
which is also made by Clint Eastwood as well.
Yeah.
But
this
yeah,
is 100%. I wish I can go on, but this is Clint Eastwood's worst movie. Down.
Yeah. Well, I think his worst acting movie he was in, it was a movie called City Heat, and it also had Burt Reynolds. That was probably the worst film he's ever been in. But in terms of direction, yeah, he hasn't been very good as of lately. Like the last great film he did, or really good film, was American Sniper. So,
well, for me, it was Jersey Boys.
I think that American Sniper is overrated, but that's me.
Well, in terms of masterpieces, Letters from Iwo Jima.
The last film I saw from Clint Eastwood that I thought was good was Jersey Boys within recent times.
Jersey Boys.
I remember Alex liking Jersey Boys.
Oh, he did.
I thought it was amazing.
About Frankie Valli, 4 seasons. Yeah.
Austin, you go fuck yourself.
So, what do you give this? Like 0.5 because of the last 10 minutes?
I'm still debating on the score. I'm really still debating. It's not a 0 because, I mean, yeah, the last 10 minutes, but like you can easily see that in like a documentary somewhere.
Yeah.
But it's still kind of gripping, just for a little bit. And yeah. It's still debatable to this day.
Yeah, I gave it a 1 out of 5 just because of the last 10-15 minutes. This is what I said. Just skip to the last 10-15 minutes and just watch it from there.
Yeah.
There you go. You'll save yourself a lot of time.
Save yourself $10. And a Blu-ray purchase.
Yeah, you hear that, Brett?
You won't get that movie on Blu-ray.
Yeah, he hated it too.
Yeah, I mean, those are some of my reviews that I gotten. And here's another thing that I wanted to bring up.
Okay.
This is from an article that I've came across recently. This is another topic that I wanted to bring up. Let me see if I can find it real quick.
Gary, what are you doing? Gary.
What is Gary doing again? I think he's falling asleep.
No, he's pretending that a grizzly bear is attacking him, so he's playing dead.
No, he come across the T-Rex from Jurassic Park.
Don't use a flare; he'll come after you.
Ian, freeze!
Yeah. Jerome, did you mention? No, I will shortly. I think I kind of did. Lucas. Yeah, me and Lucas and I are gonna do a review of Hereditary this Tuesday on his channel.
Is it going to be like about as long as Ghost Story?
I don't know, because when Gary and I did Ghost Stories, the reason why we did it that way, because we literally went over everything in timestamps as to why we despise that movie. Hey Christine, how you doing? So, but with Hereditary, I'm not saying nothing. I'm just gonna say I have so much to talk about.
In summation, you didn't like the movie.
You never know. I'm pulling a you in Austin.
Yeah.
So
Suspense,
what is
I like it.
Yeah. So what is the topic that you have?
I'm just going over, just a few things recently, and there's this one thing that I also came across, and it was just on this website, on like this random website, but you know what day it is, right?
Today, the day before Father's Day?
It's today is Father's Day, right?
It's tomorrow.
Okay, tomorrow is Father's Day. Well, what way to celebrate that than me going over this one thing? It's basically the 25 best Father's Day movies for you to watch on Father's Day.
Is it from Taste of Cinema?
No, it's not from Screen Taint or anything like that.
Screen Taint?
Not from Screen-Rant or
Taste
any
of Cinema.
any other clunky website. It's just from just an ordinary website.
Okay.
And I was just going over this. I just came across this just recently, and I'll add a few, of mine after this 25.
Okay.
So this is number 1. All right, get ready for this. The first movie that you should absolutely watch on Father's Day is the one that made me won in what was it? That game that we were playing in episode 21?
To Kill a Mockingbird.
To Kill a Mockingbird is the first movie you should see on Father's Day. With Gregory Peck and Atticus Finch are. Here's the description. Gregory Peck and Atticus Finch are birds of a feather. One may not remember Robert Duvall, who played Boo Boo Radley, or that radically charged Oscar winner was released during the height of the Civil Rights Movement.
Yep.
But everyone knows that the man has embodied Harper Lee's American hero. And he was, and this was also based off of a very incredibly good book. I also saw it in government class, as a matter of fact, and it's literally one of the most, just that performance and
I think it's the greatest performance of all time.
With Atticus Finch, just
Yep.
being just show respect to this man,
It's like he's very subtle. He's a very subtle person, yet you can see
he's not overacting it completely.
No, but you can see where he's coming from with his mannerisms.
Yes, and just it's such great performances, and I think he, in my opinion, he's one of the pioneers of all-star 6 out of 5 performances, bar none.
When I did the best performances of all time by a leading actor, I had Daniel Day-Lewis from There Will Be Blood and a couple others, but Atticus Finch easily takes the throne due to the facts of what we just mentioned. Yeah, it is the textbook of what a 6 out of 5 performance is.
One of the great movies of all time. One of the best black and white movies of all time.
Yep.
Second to a few movies. This is along the lines of Mr. Smith Goes to Washington and 12 Angry Men for me.
Schindler's List.
I have the movie on Blu-ray. Yeah,
Okay.
Shut up, Brett.
No, that doesn't count. The girl was wearing a red sweater in it.
Yeah, it's not that black and white. Maybe. But the next one, number 2, Father of the Bride, 1950. Weddings are fun for everyone, except the ones paying for it all. Spencer Tracy takes on the doting daddy for the role of Stanley Banks, a fitting surname as the man's pocket dwindle with every scene. One can make an argument for the Steve Martin remake, what did you think of the Steve Martin remake, Father of the Bride?
Oh my gosh, excuse me. It's been so long that I have to go back and rewatch it.
Father of the Bride?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But this was also a classic that has been mentioned. Another black and white movie. Father of the Bride, next one. Speaking of Steve Martin, the next movie is 1998's Parenthood.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And, the description, it says, there's comedy in truth and truth in comedy. Something Ron Howard is a pro at depicting in the 80s. Take that, Richard Linklater.
Thank you. Thank you. Everybody wants some bullshit, more like it.
Yeah. A humorous portrait of the Midwestern brood, the film props Steve Martin at the head of the table and the balanced, restless miners, estranged relatives, and rebellious teenagers. Rulebook not included. So, yeah, this was from a random website again. But,
and there's 25 of these? Holy shit.
Yeah, there's 25 of these. There's Paper Moon, which was the next one. This was basically a movie that is featured in the 70s. It's a colored movie that took place in the Great Depression. It's a tale about the complexities of a father-daughter relationship. And the film stars Ryan O'Neal as a con artist with scruples and daughter Tatum as his partner in crime, who may or may not be his actual child.
Well, he was pulling a Kurt Russell from Guardians 2.
But you know what time it is?
Vacation
time? It's vacation time.
Oh.
Because the next one is National Lampoon's Vacation.
That one. And fuck that goddamn Russ. Oh my god. Shoot me.
Chevy Chase, you are not, Ed Helms. But yeah, we've all seen Vacation. The Griswolds going to Wally World, and just the one that made me laugh the most was when Chevy Chase went completely ballistic that Wally World was closed, and then he grabbed an employee at gunpoint.
It was John Candy.
Give us to all the rides, and
then,
a
lot of people were like, well, what about the other Vacation? Well, here's the difference. With National Lampoon's Vacation, yeah, sure, the family was kind of silly, but they were likable characters,
and you can relate to them. And
not also, this family where, especially the younger brother, which I hope that character get hit by a semi-truck. That's how much I fucking hated him.
Man, I hope that character, gets slashed by a lightsaber.
Yeah,
utterly. And
because he wanted to shoot his brother off a fucking horse with a gun.
Yeah.
No joke.
Speaking of lightsaber, number 6, Star Wars Episode 5: The Empire Strikes Back.
Oh, nothing's more rewarding than meeting your father but losing your hand at the same time.
And having it completely repeated in The Last Jedi. Hey, it's true. You can see stuff. You can see how it relates to, like, you'll see it in like full featured reviews on how it completely copies The Last Jedi. But yeah, we've all seen Empire Strikes Back. Luke, I'm your father. One of the best quotes of all time. One of the best twists of all time.
Yep.
Darth Vader's amazing. The characters have been way better than ever before.
Yep.
So yeah, Empire Strikes Back. And in all honesty, this was like also the movie that made me completely scared of Minox. You remember those creatures? Minox were the ones that were like, that got stuck on like the Millennium Falcon, like, yeah, with that jump scare.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah. Inside of that, giant worm.
The circumcised the uncircumcised penis.
Yeah. And guess what? What movie did we see that most of us gave a 5 out of 5 to? Except Avengers Infinity War and a few others, like Black Panther. What did we see?
Ready Player One.
Number 7, The Shining. Speaking of Ready Player One.
Oh, boy. Danny! Oh, boy.
Yeah, The Shining. It's one of the most, I think it's probably the best, movie it's the second best Stephen King movie that Stephen King, like the movie based on Stephen King books.
Oh yeah, I'm guessing number 1 is Shawshank for you.
Yeah, The Shawshank Redemption.
I agree.
Along with Stand By Me.
Stand By Me and Misery.
and it with
What's his name? Tim Curry.
yeah, Tim Curry.
As much as I hate that original, I love Tim Curry in that movie. I can watch him at a carnival for hours.
Yeah. You do? Well, you better let the poor guy up.
Yeah, and then he turns into a fucking spider.
I wonder how that's going to be in chapter 2.
just like remember the Angry Video Game? Remember he was reviewing that Star Wars game from Japan, and then Darth Vader turns into a scorpion. That's just what he reminds me of. I am Pennywise, and I'm also a fucking spider.
Yeah. Oh, and here's another one that George Clooney is in. It's called The Descendants.
Oh, that's a really good movie.
Yeah, starring directed by Alexander Payne, who made the disappointing Downsizing.
He also did some good films like
Sideways
and Sideways, which I know a lot of people love that film, and rightfully so. And he did something. He did Nebraska.
Yeah, I think so. Maybe I'll look at it later.
And this was the acting debut
of Shailene Woodley,
who is fucking. She should have been. I don't think she was nominated.
Yeah, but I don't think she was nominated. But she was probably the best she's ever been.
That or Fault in Our Stars. I know other people say no to that, but
I don't think so. But damn, she's so hot. But
LukeNukem, I can already read your mind, you horny bastard.
Hey, this is a kid show.
Oh yeah, rated E for everyone.
Rated E10 for everyone, 10 and up.
E10.
All right, next one. It's a very indie movie called Hunt for the Wilder People.
I've never heard of this.
It's a Taika Waititi movie.
Oh, okay.
And it also stars you've seen Deadpool, right? Deadpool 2, right?
No, I haven't, honestly.
It stars, that one fat black-haired kid from Deadpool 2. He's in Hunt for the Wilder People, and I've been hearing great things about it. And it's oh my god. We come across number 10. Oh my god.
Yes.
Seriously?
What is it?
All movies, of all Father's Day movies, this was the one you picked. This overrated pile of fucking garbage.
What is it?
Interstellar.
Okay.
Hey, my opinion.
No. I'm
I'm also talking to the chat too.
I don't understand that being a father's. Well,
it mostly has to do with father-daughter sort of thing, but the daughter's kind of a bitch. And
nothing brings a father-daughter relationship close together than a bookshelf.
The power of love.
Behind a bookshelf.
It's like how lame can you get movie? I've already gone over Interstellar, many times, and hopefully I'll make a video about it in the future when I reach a certain amount of subscribers. Not 2,000, not 1,000 or something like that, but just when I reach that point in time when I get super popular.
Well, just wait till Justice League 2 comes out, then you'll get another 500 subs.
And that would be amazing if I do an in-depth review of Batman v Superman and
oh my god.
But
hey, Gary woke up. How you feeling?
I feel like shit.
Oh, okay, so that's good. All right.
You feel like an inconsiderate prick. And speaking of that line, the next one is Liar Liar.
Oh, okay. That I can understand being on the list.
Yeah. It also it has to do with Jim Carrey, who's a lawyer who has to deal with the relationship between his young son, who doesn't really see him a whole lot, and it's also I think one of the best Jim Carrey movies.
I think it's one of his all-time best, and it's arguably the funniest one too.
Yes.
I was dying throughout it.
Especially with the office roast.
That was slut.
Simmons is old.
It was me.
I had better.
Yeah. But oh, you ready for this?
Mm-hmm.
What's one director you don't like?
Oh
Owen
God.
Wilson?
Let me hold on, man. I gotta get my huge notebook here.
Oh, we said director, not actor. Okay.
Dude, there's such a huge list, but
what's the director who bores you the most?
either Richard Linklater or Denis Villeneuve.
Speaking of Denis Villeneuve, Prisoners.
But I love Prisoners, though.
Yes, and it's number 12.
Prisoners.
And mostly talks about the story about the kidnapping of a missing daughter and her children, and it's basically the story between Hugh Jackman as the father and Jake Gyllenhaal who tries to find them. And man, I saw like bits of it on FX, and I really want to see more of that movie.
I saw this in theaters when it came out. This while I was writing for the paper, and the trailers. I'm just like, okay, and then people were praising it. I was just like, I was like, all right. And I saw it. I was blown away. I couldn't believe it. I love this fucking movie. I couldn't praise it enough.
Yeah. Was it like in your top 5 best of all time?
It wasn't
of
the year. No, it wasn't on my top 5. It missed the mark a little bit. It came out what
2012.
2013.
2013.
Oh, was it 2013? Okay, 2013. It didn't quite make my top 5. It was close. It was very close.
In your top 10.
Yeah. Oh, easily.
Yeah.
Fucking love Prisoners. I couldn't praise it enough.
Yeah. But this is not on the list. But Blade Runner 2049 is a good Father's Day movie. But that's not the next one. The next one is Road to Perdition.
That's a good movie.
Yeah.
Tom, yep.
Yeah, me and my old man were talking about it earlier.
Sam Mendes mob movie.
Yep.
Tom Hanks.
Mm-hmm.
And I haven't even heard of Road to Perdition, but I heard it's very good.
It's great.
It's a great movie.
The next one. We talk about wrestlers starring in movies. Here is a non-wrestler who plays a wrestler in The Wrestler.
That was a good movie.
Darren Aronofsky, before he shit the bed with Mother.
No, he didn't shit the bed. He fucking pissed on it, burned it to ashes, and threw it in the incinerator.
Yeah. Before before Black Swan, and after Requiem for a Dream, like years after Requiem for a Dream.
Hey, what kind of whistle?
Unarguably the best wrestling movie I've seen in quite some time.
Yeah, because other than the ending, the very last shot, which I thought was anticlimactic and abrupt, fucking amazing movie. And Jim Cornette, come on now, man, really? Because he shat all over the movie. Well, then again, Jim Cornette. I love Jim Cornette. You're awesome. Keep fucking bashing Vince Russo. That's all I'm gonna say.
I mean, hey, it's saying something when Darren Aronofsky is a better storyteller than Vince Russo.
Because Vince Russo, Jim Cornette said it best. Vince Russo gets his fucking ideas from these goddamn awful B movies from where he was working at a video shop.
Especially with Kindle from Hell.
Oh my god.
The next one, number 15, it's the one. It's Beast of the Southern Wild.
That's a good movie. I'll be right back. Keep talking. I'll be right back.
No problem. Sorry, we try to avoid these little pauses. But yeah, I'll get right up to it. And I'll speed it really quick. Because other people have other topics to talk about. So yeah, speaking of Wes Anderson, number 16, The Royal Tenenbaums.
Royal Tenenbaums. I'm not familiar with that one.
It's a Wes Anderson movie. Next one, Taken.
Oh, I know. That's one of Liam Neeson's best films.
Yes. Not the absolute best, but it's a great action movie.
It was a pretty solid film.
Yeah. The next one, The Godfather. Okay, the next one, The Godfather.
That is definitely one of the best ones to watch on Father's Day. Usually, it's one of those. It's usually those mafia films that is great to watch on Father's Day for some reason.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And we also talked about He Got Game, and He Got Game is number 19 on this list. And then the next one is a film called Beginners, starring Ewan McGregor. And then there's another one. And talking about great performances, There Will Be Blood, number 21.
Daniel Day-Lewis, one of his best films.
Yes. And then there's Train to Busan, number 22. It's like this Japanese French film that's basically a zombie outbreak.
Not familiar with it.
On a train. I think you'll like it, Gary.
Oh my God, I'm sweating more than a depressed man watching a Playboy bunny eating a banana.
Dude, how do you think I feel?
And then here's another one. I think you'll hear more later on, Jerome, when we talked about it. But There Will Be Blood was mentioned, and He Got Game was mentioned as well.
Oh, okay, He Got Game. There Will Be Blood, so good, really good movie.
And speaking of which, number 23, Hell or High Water.
How many are on this list? I'm curious.
25.
25. Just to name a few. Then the next one is Tony Erdmann, and I think the final one was Stories We Tell in 2012.
Okay.
By Seri Poli. So yeah, those are the 25, and I'm sorry I dragged it a little bit continuously because I'm completely boring.
Not taken. We've had boring people before.
Yeah, but yeah, those are just and to mention some of you, what you guys should watch on Father's Day. I mean, obviously some action movies like I don't know, the Death Wish movies, Rambo, Commando, RoboCop.
Hey man, I'm just glad you're talking instead of just sitting there.
Yeah.
Yeah, like some people we had in the past.
Okay. Thank you, Victor Duvall. It's Korean. It's Korean.
Oh, the guy will really like that.
I've had my fair share with Korean women.
Train to Busan is Korean. Thank you.
I've had my fair share with Korean women.
It's a Korean zombie movie, so you may like it.
Well, yes and no. Yes for the Asian part. No, because I'm not really a guy who does zombie films that much.
Well, if you're a zombie, you will want to buy it into a Korean.
Yeah, man, fucking hell.
Yeah, see,
wanted dead or alive.
I think the first person you would buy would be that chick in Pacific Rim Uprising.
Which
hey
one?
man, I just need a little jade on my side to get through it.
So Davy Crockett, what do you have?
King of the
Not a fucking thing.
I mean, your topics, you dumb shit.
Oh, my topics. Well, one of them is that fuck Magic Mike. That piece of shit.
That's an inside joke. Oh my God. Well, Garrett, just do 1,000 crunches a day for 6 months, and you'll be good to go.
I don't need no fucking abs I don't need no fucking abs or a muscular body to impress women. All I need is two things: a fucking heart and a personality. That's it. Fuck having abs.
And some desk lessons from Brett.
Yeah. This is how fucking Brett dances. I swear to Christ, this is him. That's how he fucking dances. He dances like an idiot.
Okay, someone turn that to a GIF, please.
Or just that me when I won the game.
that was hilarious.
Like that.
Or Gary, take some lessons from Mark Henry. LukeNukem knows him. The House of Pain.
Taking that fucking head off.
Hey, okay. Well, who's next? I mean, those are some things I listen for Father's Day, but who's next?
I think it's me who's next.
Right,
all right, my turn. Whoopty fucking do. So, anyways, as for the main topics I'm going to be going over, let's just start off and get the bullshit topic out of the way, and that is we're going to be talking about a movie that is going to be a sequel to a film that came out in the 80s, and this is one of the early Tom Cruise's best films. where he plays as an airplane pilot, and I think well, not an airplane pilot, but a jet fighter. You know what I mean? I haven't seen the movie in a long time, so my memory's not not good as it is. But this particular actor is supposed to come back, and I haven't heard this particular name in God knows how long, and that is the name Val Kilmer. Okay. He's coming back to reprise his role as Iceman in the Top Gun 2.
Oh, wait a minute. Speaking of which, one article says that Val Kilmer steps out son amid Top Gun 2 casting news or something like that. Huh? Val Kilmer supports Young Jack at a premiere of Top Gun Return. Just news. Just news, I guess.
Well, but anyways, as for the discussion itself for Val Kilmer confirmed to reprise his role as Iceman in Top Gun 2, I'm not going to read the whole article, but it says right here that he's supposed to come back, reprise his role as Iceman, blah, 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 shit like that, the guy who's a wannabe Vanilla Ice. I don't know why the fuck he's on the topic for this show, Vanilla Ice bullshit. But as for this particular case, Val Kilmer coming back for Top Gun 2, let me tell you right now, I really am not, how can I say, that's not really my biggest deal. My biggest deal is Val Kilmer. My biggest deal is the whole production of this whole idea for Top Gun 2. Top Gun, I think that movie was perfect on its own two merits. I don't think it was
perfect
for the film having a sequel. I don't think it should happen. I really don't think so.
Yeah.
I don't find it to be necessary at all, because Top Gun was great as a standalone film, but for it having a sequel, it's a big no-no for me. Mm-hmm. So I really have nothing much to say about this topic except Val Kilmer's going to come back to reprise his role. Am I excited for it? No. He can go fuck himself. All right, so as for... Huh?
I was just going to mention, this is... it's also directed by the guy who did... Tron Legacy, Oblivion, and Only the Brave, which starred that giant forest fire. And
which I still haven't seen that movie.
I heard Only the Brave was a really good film.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't wait. Oh, I'm going to check it out sometime soon, see what it's about. All right, next up, movie news. Can you folks please give me 1 second so I can show you what the fuck we're going to be talking about here?
Yeah. Okay, what do you... Okay, watch. He's probably to go. He's going to get something. I know he's going to get. Just watch. Just watch. Yeah, Only the Brave. Yeah. Shit, I'm surprised I still haven't seen it due to the fact that the event actually took place here in Arizona. So, okay.
Jesus.
Yeah. And the shit that happened was fucking crazy. Yeah, I remember that story. It was insane. Shit, see, Cougar should know that it happened not too far from where he was at.
Okay.
Okay, Gary, what are you doing?
Here is the film that I'm going to be talking about yet again, because I got some more movie news update. Now, for the how many millionth time in a row, I promise people I will not talk about this anymore after I addressed it. How many times is officially going to happen? But people keep sending me articles, and I'm not saying that as a bad thing, because I'm not. But for some odd reason, I don't know what it is. You people just love hearing me talk about this movie. I was thinking, man, I thought I got old after, and I thought for me, I thought I was getting old talking about this movie, but no. People kept sending me articles because you all know how much of a big nut hugger I am with these guys. That's my most anticipated film of the decade. But the question is, will it be my most anticipated film of the year for the next or the year after? Ladies and gentlemen.
Yep.
I think this is obvious what I'm going to be talking about here. I'm not going to get the whole collection out, the other comics or the VHSs. I don't feel well right now. And the whole record. So, folks, if I start to slur a little bit, please forgive me because I don't feel well right now. I'm going to be talking about this movie here again. Bill and Ted 3: Face the Music.
2 hours later.
Yep. So I'm just going to try and keep this short. The article that was sent to me was Bill and Ted 3 begin shooting officially around early of 2019, specifically January of 2019 is when they're supposed to be. This when they're supposed to be start filming the movie. Okay, Bill and Ted 3 is finally happening again. We know. We officially learned about during the Canyon Film Festival that they had a deal finally being closed in order to get a long way sequel after officially going. Now it appears as the creative team is wasting no time to, according to a report, filming Bill and Ted 3 to set and commence on January 10th, 2019. So when the production will take place, I gotta turn this fan on, folks. I'm not feeling good.
You want me to take over, Get Bear?
No, you're not.
Okay.
My turn.
Oh, I see how it is.
My turn. All right, so basically, we all know the whole story, and Bill and Ted 3 Faces the Music. Middle-aged and responsibilities of family have caught up with our two heroes, and who have not fulfilled their destiny of saving the universe.
What the fuck?
I'm considering of getting some of the best fart clips of flicks and making a compilation by episode 100.
Melts.
All right. So, anyways, the universe with rock and roll. They've written thousands of tunes, but they have yet to write a good one. Much less the greatest song ever written. Things change with the fabric of time and space between tearing around them, and a visitor from the future warns Bill and Ted only their song can save life as we know it. And I feel fine. So they set out on a time travel adventure to find the song capable of saving their world and balancing the universe. The two are also going to get some help from their daughters this time around. Okay, so I've not heard about that. Oh my god, every time I fucking talk, it's...
Universe and daughters! Folks, this is why I'm here.
We can't help it.
Jacksonville Jaguars.
You got it. You got it.
So anyways, the guy who played his death, William Sadler, he's going to come back to reprise his role as Death. That's finalized. Now, here's what I found out about the movie. This is my most anticipated film of the decade, but the thing is this my most anticipated film of the year? I cannot say that. Why? Because here's what I found out. The film might come out by late 2019 or early 2020. So there's no official release yet. But as time progresses, we'll probably get the idea. Once I finally get official word, I'll obviously address it. But once the film is finished, if it comes out 2019, most anticipated film for 2019. If it comes out 2020, it's my most anticipated film of the 2020s.
You know what? I would pay so much money to see Gary be a valedictorian.
Yeah.
And I will say to all of you students out there, Bill and Ted is the best Keanu Reeves movie ever!
And some kid would be like, I prefer Speed. Beat him up!
Now, as your president of the United States, I'd like to officially let you know my running campaign colleagues is going to be none other than Bill S. Theodore... I can't do it.
You can do a good Donald Trump impersonation. All you have to do is just talk about China and other countries.
I like talking about China chili and the sushi. It's good for you. I love it a lot.
Yeah, speaking of sushi, I went to North Korea and I showed my balls and Kim Jong-un signed an agreement and we both love each other.
Make love, not war. John Lennon, you're my hero. Give peace a chance. Okay. So, no more of that bullshit. No more. All right, so yeah, from what I know, Bill and Ted 3 is going to be shooting in January of 2019. I can't fucking wait for what they're going to do with this movie. Now, as for a prediction, I think they're going to reprise the song, the original tune written by the guy named Robbie Robb, who wrote the song In Time. If you haven't heard it, check it out, folks. It's a beautiful, beautiful tune. It's my favorite tune.
You are one
gassy motherfucker.
Now, here's just one question I have regarding Bill and Ted.
Mm-hmm.
What historical characters are they going to meet?
Here's what I heard rumored. They're supposed to be time traveling to England. They're supposed to be characters like I think Queen Elizabeth I, William the Conqueror. One thing I would love is that if they actually were able to add the Beatles involved, that would be fucking awesome.
I want that to fucking happen.
If they had the Rolling Stones instead of the Beatles, I'm gonna be fucking pissed.
Hey, I wouldn't mind.
I wouldn't mind a lot. I would
I'd not mind that. But I wouldn't mind if they just performed with Judas Priest. That would be
I would mind that. Hey,
God
man,
damn it. God
they were
damn
able
it.
to do the whole Iron Maiden bit in Excellent Adventure, so they can do a whole Judas
Yep.
Priest meme.
Put him in the Iron Maiden. Yeah.
So yeah, folks. For me though, this is a huge wet dream that this film's happening after 7 fucking years. I feel like the LA Beast who brought back Crystal Pepsi. But I think my voice has been heard. I think.
By the way, LA Beast, you're fucking awesome.
I know the guy personally. I literally do. I got proof. Only one
He's
picture,
got
sadly.
proof.
I literally got proof. He's a friend of mine. Legit.
He's the facts guy.
I am the facts guy.
God damn it.
Yeah, I'm the facts. I'm the smartest person here.
But yes, the original writers are back who did Bill and Ted Bogus Venture and
Excellent adventure, get back.
Excellent Adventure and Bogus
God
Journey.
damn it.
Original writers are back, and I can't wait to see how this film is written. All that are bullshit. I'm excited. Bill and Ted 3, Face the Music. Let's just hope this film continues the 80s.
You know what, LA Beast, when he has that full-grown beard and he's got the long hair, he looks like a buffed-up Jesus.
He was Jesus for Halloween once.
He was. Oh my God. Yeah, he was.
But yeah, folks, let me tell you right now, the 80s, Ready Player One was able to continue the decade of the 80s. That film was dope, but the thing is, for me personally, that's just the start of bringing the 80s back in modern times. That's just the start. Bill and Ted 3, to me, that's like the holy fucking grail. That's like discovering the Ark of the Covenant of bringing the 80s back.
I wouldn't say that.
For me personally, it's a yes for me.
No, I'm just saying that. I'm just saying that because the Ark of the Covenant scares the hell out of me.
Yeah.
Well, that's why you're supposed to keep your eyes shut.
So for me, okay, here's the difference. The Holy Grail was like Ready Player One. The Ark of the Covenant, Bill and Ted 3. Something like that, or vice versa. I don't know. Monty Python and the Holy Grail. There you go.
Count Victor says, Ready Player One is still the best film of the year on my...
And I fucking agree with that statement wholeheartedly, because to me, it is the film of the year, hands down.
No one doesn't know my best film of the year, so...
And I don't give a shit, so it's okay. I'm fucking horrible, I know. So, enough with Bill and Ted 3. Let's get to some porn, shall we?
Adult candy.
Alright, so I got 4 porn lists I'm going to go over quickly for you all. Why? Because I'm fucking tired and I'm going to turn it over to Fat Man a little bit.
Fat?
Alright, so I got 4 lists for you all. Let's do this one. The top 10 hottest teenage Russian porn stars.
Teenage Russian? What the fuck?
Number 1, Veronica Moret.
I thought you were going to say Veronica Mars. I'm like, really? I didn't know she was Russian.
I'm going to see if there's any description. No description.
Hold on, I'm at Google Images.
But I can describe the picture for you all. And as in the picture, she's getting a dong in her bum bum.
Oh my God. What's her name again? Veronica
Moret. Morre. Veronica. Number 2. Here's what his description says. The Mother Russia is a country blessed with countless fuck-hungry nymphets who are ready to put their holes on the line for a chance to become the next porn success. Number 2 is Daisy Duke. In this photo, she's got a small bum and she's showing it off.
Okay, hold on. Okay, yeah, so, yeah, Veronica's really cute. Let me see her. Ooh,
Number 3,
hi, honey.
Number 3, Sherry Vi. Sherry Vi, and she's taking it up the bum again.
How the hell you spell Vi? Is it V or is there an F?
VI. Just VI. All right, number 4, Lita Phoenix. In this photo, the guy's stroking his gherkin and he's letting his he's pretty much putting the whipped cream on top.
We get it, Jesus.
Putting the whipped creaming on top of her
you don't have to be that goddamn descriptive.
Her noogies there. Number 5, Sophie Goldfinger. She's definitely got.
Was she the James Bond? Was he the James Bond? The James Bond gal and Goldfinger in the 60s?
She's definitely got a clit on her that's hanging.
Would you, Gary?
Number 6, Julia Blair. And for the third time, she's taking it up the ass, and she's quite enjoying it.
Jesus. H.
Number 7, Arwen Gold.
What
She's
is
got
with
a
them
nice-
in gold?
She's got a nice bum bum on her. That's no lie. And she's in the bathtub.
Hey, and that is gold.
Uh-huh. Next up, Lavenna Lux, and she's a redhead or a brunette. I can't figure out what it is with her hair, but she's
what's funny?
definitely
I
she's
typed
taking
in,
it in the ass again.
I typed in Novena Lux, and all I get is bicycles.
Very nice.
But hey, I mean, like, talk about redhead porn stars. I mean, Austin
Uh-huh.
Putnam will be here immediately.
Yeah.
Shit.
Number 9, Mila Noir.
What?
Something like that. And number 10, Nika IA.
I've never even heard of any of these fucking people.
I never heard of her name either. But that right there, that was the top 10 hottest teenage Russian porn stars. Let's get to the if I can find the list of the top 10 hottest Latinas.
I typed in Mila Noir, and I get Mila Kunis.
That's very nice. Where's Danny Boy? Where's Danny Boy? I know he likes Latinas.
Oh yeah, man! You give him J-Lo's ass, shit. He'd be busy for weeks.
Something like that, you can say. All right, next list I got for you all is the top 10 hottest Latinas in porn. All right, of all the porn stars out there, Latina babes are the best. They can outrun any other porn star with their lusty body, nice tan skin, and natural curves. Here's a list of 10 hottest Latina porn stars in the industry.
Okay.
Number 10, Raylene.
Hell, she's a hot MILF, man. I agree. Yeah, I know.
Raylene is one of the beloved porn stars ever to grace the screen. I started watching. I don't give a fuck.
Oh, dude, she is fine as hell, man.
Number 9, Alexis Amore.
Yep, she's another good-looking one.
Good Christ, I guess so, man. Look at the bazongas.
She's a hot, curvy chick, man. God damn.
All right, number 8 is Maria Pose.
What?
This is not what it looks like. Hold on a second.
Film Porn School 101. And the phone number is one.
With your host, Professor LukeNukem.
To call in case of absent, 1-900-BUTT6.
You don't want to know what just happened.
Actually, I do.
Old man came in. He was wondering why the hell was I looking at tits? I was explaining.
Oh, come on. If I was a father and I saw my son looking up tits, I'd give him a big hug and take him to Dairy Queen.
Yeah, I did go to Dairy Queen after I abandoned one of my ex-girlfriends. All right, number 8, Maria Posa.
Oh, ow. Wait, Maria Posada?
Posa, Possa.
Oh, okay. Let me see. Who is this?
All right, next up.
Okay.
Adriana Sage.
Oh, yes.
I heard she's a good one.
Oh yeah, she is stunning. She looks, oh my gosh, she looks more Asian than she does Latino.
Next up, number 6 is Sativa Rose.
Sativa. I don't think I've heard of this chick. No.
Next up, number 5 is holy shitballs. Holy fuck.
She looks
Eva Angelina. Holy
oh yes,
shitballs.
she's one of the feedback. Sativa Rose looks like Kendall Jenner, and Eva Angelina, yeah, she is fine as fuck.
Number 4, God, this MILF's got some hard nipples on her. Monique Fuentes.
Hey Gary, feedback.
Next up, number 3, Selma Sins.
Selma Sims.
Oh, I thought you
Selma Sims.
Selma Hayek.
That's what he's gonna say too.
Next up, holy shitballs, Rebecca Linares.
Rebecca Linares. Ramirez or Linares?
Linares. Holy shitballs, those are boobs.
Yeah,
nice
they are. Holy shit.
Number 1, Isabella Dior. 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 Isabella Dior. Those are some boobies on that chick. Holy shit balls.
Isabella Dior.
That's a nut.
I thought number one was going to be Eva Angelica or Monique Fuentes. Oh, I'll be
Something like that, maybe. All right, next list I got for you all is I'm going to go over the top 10 trending porn stars for 2018.
Trending? Okay. What? Mia.
Please
Okay,
don't let one
Mia.
of them be Bailey J.
Huh?
Don't let one of them be Bailey J.
Maybe.
Yeah, Luke. What you're going to turn into in the future?
No.
Hey, you make a good-looking woman. God damn it.
I do it.
I refuse.
It's okay.
Hey, look, it's your twin sister.
All right, here is what here's what the list says. 2018 has only just begun, but these beautiful porn stars are already trending to be tops for the years. Number 1 is Jill Cassidy. At 22, Jill has already taken the porn biz by storm with her tight body, 34B tits, a 28-inch waist, and a 34-inch booty, and a statable sex drive. Jill will be a force to be reckoned with for years to come, and she's taking a big dong in a pom pom.
Oh my god. Okay, next one. I love how the chat's completely quiet right now.
Next up is Charity Crawford. Charity is a massive of the POV blowjob. Measurements are 32D, 24-34. Next up, Makina Blue.
Blue balls.
There's no description for her.
And Victor's like, I don't know nothing about porn, dude. It is a movie, but still.
Well, you folks are learning something.
Oh,
all right, next up, Emma Hicks. Standing at 5'4", Emma's one porn's smallest stars. Jesus Christ, I guess so, man. You can pick her up like nothing.
Oh my god, you can make her your own puppet.
Next up, Blair Williams.
Blair Williams.
No description for her. She's small like Titicaca.
Oh my god.
Next up, Harley Dean. The first name. Oh, nice.
I've never heard of any of these fucking chicks.
The first name of her porn physiognomy is a tribute to her favorite comic book villain, Harley Quinn of Batman fame.
Oh, now this chick is fine. She kind of looks like Alicia Fox.
Next up, Corey Chase. She's got boobies on her.
Oh, God.
Corey's the MILF you've always dreamed of fucking. Next up, Kenna James.
Yes.
And last but certainly not least, Kenna James.
Kenna James?
Oh boy. I don't know if I want to go over the Japanese porn star one.
It's going to be a lot.
I don't think I'm going to because I'm boring the audience really bad. We're losing views. I guess. I'm not going to just for the sake of views, and I know people want to hear you instead, so we're turning it over to you.
Oh jeez.
Right now.
Well, Mary, you're going over porn, and our mainstream hobby, our main audience don't, relate to that. So.
So we're gonna turn it over to you. I'm gonna shut the fuck up now, and you do you.
But hey, I'll give you this one thing. I mean, Kenna James is fucking hot.
Which one?
Kenna James, the one.
Yeah, she is.
Oh my god.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let's go over, since today is Saturday. We can't do the weekend, but we can do the Friday openings. Let's go over the numbers of the Friday openings brought to you by thenumbers.com. Why thenumbers.com? Because fuck Box Office Mojo, because the numbers are going to be the most precise, accurate, and reliable numbers. Here are the top 5 for the daily domestic chart for Friday, June 15, 2018. And here are the top 5 openings. Number 5, coming at number 5 this Friday is Deadpool 2. Earning 2.3 million. Excuse me. And what the fuck? No, that's not my phone. 2.3 million, and it has overall domestic gross of 288 million. It's been out for 29 days. Number 4 is Solo, a Star Wars story, generating 2.335 million, and it has generated 186 million domestically. I don't know how much it's made worldwide.
Like 33 million, I'm guessing.
Let me just take a look real quick. Here, I'm just gonna open up in the side window. 322 million worldwide. I don't know what the budget was for this movie because with all the
The
reshoots
budget
and all.
was $275 million.
Ooh!
I just checked it out recently.
Yeah, that's a fucking flop if I ever heard one. Yep. Number 3 is the latest film, Tag, which I've been hearing it's actually really funny and a blast to watch.
Number 3.
Making 5.4 million, and this was in 3,382 theaters. Number 2 is Ocean's 8, the female version of Ocean's 11, making 5.9 million with an overall domestic gross of 65 million. And number 1, this made headlines for it being the biggest animated opening of all time. 71.5 million for The Incredibles 2. Congratulations to Pixar, Brad Bird, and all the people's hard work for this matter. 71 million. I wonder what the overall gross is going to be. The rumors have estimated it could be $170 million opening.
$700 million?
No, 170.
Okay, 170. Okay.
$170 million opening.
I got lost in that sentence.
So there's your top 5. Now let's go over some rants, shall we? And I want to start off with this motherfucker here, Terry Gilliam. In case you don't know Terry Gilliam, he's a well-respected well-respected filmmaker until he had to say something beyond fucking stupid. Okay? Terry Gilliam sounds off on superhero movies. Okay, now Black Panther and Avengers. Now this is from IndieWire. Black Panther and Avengers: Infinity War are 2 biggest movies of the year so far, but don't ask Terry Gilliam about them. The filmmaker slammed the superhero genre during an interview with Serenando, aka VI the Playlist, killing any hopes for fans might have about Gilliam making his own superhero film one day. And this is what he says word for word, and this is just fucking stupid of him. I hate superheroes. It's bullshit. Come on, folks, grow up. Fucking really, dude? Grow up? Gilliam said when asked about the new film, The Man Who Killed Don Quixote. Oh, Kudo. Wait, how do you pronounce it again?
I'm guessing Guido or something.
Guido. Fits into a Hollywood system dominated by superhero films. We're not going to be teenagers for the rest of our lives. Okay, seriously? Teenagers? So you're telling us to grow up and, oh yeah, all the demographic is teenagers. No, there are smart, well-crafted movies that are in the superhero genre, and some of them are R-rated, like Watchmen, like Logan, like Deadpool.
I mean, Blade.
They're not teenage demographic, you dumb shit. Or like Blade 1 and 2.
Let's be honest, a lot of teenagers watch superhero movies.
But he thinks that, people who watch superhero, you need to grow up. I was like, fuck you. Don't put fucking words in my mouth, the dumb has-been asshole. It's great.
He was on Monty Python.
But still, as a person, fuck him, dude. It's great to dream of great power. Superheroes are all about power. That's what I don't like about superhero films. About power? How do you explain Logan?
I think he says, I don't like about superheroes, not like films or anything. I'm looking at the same article.
Okay. Well, the director continued, they have got to beat the other powerful superheroes. Come on, a bit of peace, love, and understanding is what we need. Like, again, did you ever see Logan?
I think what I'm trying to say is that, superheroes are the thing that, brought not only, brought an entire cinematic universe together, but they were like, they're like childhood icons that a lot of kids have been reading, ever since they were young.
Right.
You've seen it in a whole lot of comic books, and they've been brought, to the big screen, I guess.
Mm-hmm. And this shit's been going on forever. I mean, back in 1978 with the original Superman and Superman 2. So who the fuck is he trying to bullshit? He's pulling a James Cameron. That's what he's doing. Unbelievable. So yeah, he can go swallow a fucking cactus, the stupid prick. Yeah. Oh, and speaking of also stupid pricks, let's talk about one of the absolute worst people in terms of film enthusiasts. Yes, I'm talking about disgraced PG-13 Randolph bitch.
I know where this is going.
Okay. Grace Randolph. Now, thank you to Mary Kay Olsen killed Heath Ledger. That's the name of the fucking Twitter page, okay, mind you. Mm-hmm. Grace Randolph blaming the abuse and harassment Kelly received. If you don't know the story behind this, the woman who played Rose in The Last Jedi got cyberbullied so badly to where on Twitter to where she literally got rid of her social media because of the abuse that she took, which I think is absolutely a fucking absurd. Okay, and now, and Grace Randolph just had, she explained why she got, a bully. The reason is because of this.
What was it?
Okay. I'm going to let Grace Randolph, PG-13 herself, speak for itself.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, hopefully you guys can hear this. So here we go.
Here's the problem. Kelly Marie Tran, and it's her fault, and it's also a little bit.
I'll back it up a little bit. Here we go.
Kelly Marie Tran. Here's the problem. Kelly Marie Tran, and it's her fault, and it's also a little bit, I think, the people who made the movie. The Last Jedi. If you put a character into Star Wars who is so against what everybody wants to see in Star Wars, and you give her a silly hairstyle, and you have her act like in a real Tumblr sort of way, let's say, right? Which is not fit with Star Wars fandom whatsoever. Of course, there's going to be a bad situation.
So she's basically blaming it on her.
Thank God I was distracted.
Oh, how does this bitch have a fan base?
It's like, I understand. Like, I know cyberbullying isn't really cool in any description of the imagination. I don't think it will ever. It's terrible for everybody. This is the kind of thing that will lose your credibility in the future.
Yeah, and she's like, because she should be deserved the blame because of her silly haircut and her acting Tumblr-esque. And I was just like, how about you go fuck a cactus, Grace Randolph? You are a pathetic bitch.
Oh my God.
As long as they're not acting Tumblr-esque like a Vice Admiral Haldo, then yeah, she'd be right. But anyway, yeah, but not with Rose.
Yeah, and and Rian Johnson stepped in, and he just slams the Star Wars trolls over the Kelly Marie Tran harassment. Mm-hmm. Now this is from Screen Taint. Thank you, LukeNukem, for that name. Rian Johnson is rallying against.
Here's a better one. Screen-Rant. Like rank that's the stench of Screen-Rant.
Rian Johnson is rallying against an army of trolls who had targeted actress Kelly Marie Tran on social media, and he is not alone. The director of The Last Jedi is the latest of Tran's co-workers to come to the beleaguered actress's defense. Tran recently left Instagram due to the continual harassment of people who hated her character in the 8th episode of the Star Wars franchise. She plays this character. We already know. Let me scroll down. Rian Johnson's commented on this controversy on his Twitter account. His comments can be viewed below. While first assuming that the trolls were a vocal minority and that the Star Wars fans were capable of disliking things without descending into personal attacks. And you're probably thinking, well, Jerome, what about with me and Adam Sandler and the Happy Madison fan base? Here's the thing. This has been going on for 30 years. This is just one part. Big difference. Johnson was quick to fight back when the trolls targeted him, knowing that there was a considerable difference between not liking a movie and harassing a movie so bad that she gets off social media. So Rian Johnson said this, word for word: on social media, a few unhealthy people can cast a big shadow on the wall. But over the past 4 years, I've met lots of real fellow Star Wars fans. We like and dislike stuff, but we can do it with humor, love, and respect. We're the vast majority. We're having fun and doing just fine. Fucking man. And then he says this. Done with this disingenuous bullshit. You know the difference between not liking a movie and hatefully harassing a woman so bad that she had to get off social media, and you know which one of the two we were talking about here. Rian Johnson, I applaud you for this. Despite what you think of him and The Last Jedi, right here, he speaks the fucking truth. Especially, yeah, go ahead.
No, I agree 100%. You know, all these things, you know, that Kelly Marie Tran has been dealing with. Yeah, it sounds bad, but I find it completely quizzical that I'm hearing this from Disney and I'm not hearing it from Kelly Marie Tran herself on why she was leaving, on why she had to leave. You know, because if we had, you know, heard from her about why she had to leave, then, you know, it would be like, oh, okay, I can understand why. Because you remember that time when Daisy Ridley got out of Instagram, you know, because of like Star Wars trolls, and like the media kind of twisted it as like, you know, all the fans chased her away. They're just very bad people. And then Daisy really just came out with it, and she said like, you know, well, I wasn't chased down by them. I just felt, you know, just kind of annoyed, and, you know, I didn't want to be around them. And you know,
right.
It's like it's just one of those things that I find absolutely quizzical about. You know, I'm not hearing it from Kelly Marie Tran herself, because with Jeremy Jahns, and we'll get to him.
I'm gonna get to that too, by the way.
We'll get to him later, but spoiler alert. Or like with every other film critic on YouTube, you know, when we see a post from them and we see the fact that, you know, they can't handle the environment and they have to leave, that's justifiable criticism. That's, you know, justifiable, you know, things that you would hear from someone who wants to leave from Twitter and not deal with these kind of circumstances. Regardless of what I think of the guy, you know.
Maybe the reason why she didn't say anything is because she's just sick and tired of putting up with it.
Or maybe it's because of the fact that, you know, hey, or, you know, like, here's the thing, you know, yeah, I don't like the character either, and I know she's a very nice person, and, you know, it's all bad and such.
Right.
And it's just that it needs to be, you know, factual evidence, but maybe like we gotta hear something. It can't be like it just feels kind of very quizzical and vague to me, you know. And it's not. I'm not trying to be like the guy, like one of those people again. I just want to hear, like, you know,
from her perspective, without, you know.
Yeah, I just, you know, I want to, you know, I want to hear, you know, what she has to say with the matter, along with, you know, people like Daisy Ridley who had those situations about her being said, like, you know, she's a Mary Sue and such. But you know, it's just, yeah, that's me.
Yeah, it's speaking of assholes on Twitter, that this should be a great gateway from one to another. Now, thank you to Austin, my buddy Austin Putnam, for giving me this topic here. Ladies and gentlemen, if I said this once, I said this 1,000 fucking times. Film Twitter is beyond cancerous. They're full of the worst fucking PDCAs on the planet. And not only does it show with well, then again, the toxic, Star Wars fans, which are some of the worst, along with the DC fanboys and the Happy Madison fucktards. I'll get to that, Tiffany. But Jeremy Jahns, now, despite my feelings and the shit that Jeremy Jahns did in the past that he pulled, especially the one where Stuckman linked his name to something, and the way he reacted to Dunkirk, where how he presented it, I'm just like, what? However, I feel fucking horrible for Jeremy Jahns, because these cocksuckers on Film Twitter are the bottom of the fucking barrel. Okay? They're on the same level as those A24 fanboys who go after, they're the casual mainstream moviegoers. They don't know what they're talking about. Those sons of bitches, right? So Jeremy Jahns did a tweet, and I'm going to read this. This is word for word. People are very adaptable to their environments. This particular environment is conducted for finger pointing, not conversing. Talking at people, not talking with people. Inciting a mob with retweet comments, not discussing with reason. This is not an environment I want to adapt to. He had enough. He's like, you know what? I'm sick and tired of this shit. I'm not gonna, I would never, he's like, oh, I wish death upon him, minus Dennis douchebag. Okay, well, that's a different story. The world would be a fucking better place without these PDCA motherfuckers.
Or just like, yeah. And this is coming from a guy who, I feel like, like, it's also kind of sad for me to say this, but the thing is with me is that back in the day I used to love Jeremy Jahns, because
I did back same time with Chris Stuckman, all the way up to like 2013ish. Yeah,
it was like, I think from like 2009 all the way to like, let's say 2015 or 2016. That's when, or like 2019 to like 2012 was like his breakout year. That was his prime, and
yeah,
he started being very hilarious.
Oh, dude! Like one of my favorite reviews he's done was the first Grown Ups film. He's like, this whole film is entirely fucking awful. And I was just like, yes, And then what made me lose faith is, well, there's a lot of them. One of them is a review on a Dirty Grandpa. Another one was Fist Fight. Identity Thief was another one.
And Gary became the invisible chick from Fantastic Four.
Well, he's not feeling too well right now at the second. Yeah. You wonder why he was kind of resting, Yeah, he's just not feeling the best. But yeah, fuck Film Twitter. Seriously, if you see a cliff, jump off of it and land on a stalagmite. Okay? Because you do no good. You're about as bad as fucking molded bread. You just want to throw it away and feed it to the animals and let them tear it apart. Oh, okay. Film Twitter. I'll explain what it is. Film Twitter. That's what it's not. It's basically the film enthusiastic or the cinephile community, the film section of Twitter, so to speak, right? Which hashtag Film Twitter, right? Except they're filled of some of the fucking worst. More importantly, they're filled with PDCAs, pretentious douchebag cinephile assholes. basically the type of people who go after others for liking, mainstream films, superhero films, and not the art house films or the lower indie films out there that they'll pray galore. For example, A Ghost Story. I've seen so many people bash the fuck out of others who hated A Ghost Story, especially the one comment who said, if you think A Ghost Story is pretentious, you don't know the meaning of the word.
I think he said then that means you're pretentious.
No, there was another guy. No, this is a different person. He said, I have not seen Upgrade yet, but I heard it was awesome. Another guy says, if you're saying that Ghost Story is pretentious, that means that you're pretentious. I'm like, wait, what? Yeah, nothing's more pretentious in a movie when nothing happens. He puts a fucking, he acts like a Charlie Brown ghost animated cartoon and just walk around staring at shit.
I mean, I liked that impression you did, back in like the worst of 2017 video.
I'm not joking. That was the whole fucking movie, dude.
Where you just covered yourself with like the blanket and you just walked around.
I'm just walking around or just looking or staring at shit. That is literally 90 to 95% of the whole movie. Oh my God. Or mainly A24 films. Holy dude, I thought Happy Madison fucktards were bad. I thought the DC and Star Wars fan base was bad. A24 assholes 24/7 takes the fucking cake. And speaking of that, the latest film that was released, Hereditary. I had a feeling they were gonna come out of the fucking woodwork with this, and by God, they did. Because
I was just saying, what kind of comments did they say?
Oh man, okay, Angry Joe. You don't know who Angry Joe is? Well, he's mainly like a video game enthusiast. I love his video game reviews. His movie review.
If you heard of the quote, over 4
hours.
And that's Angry Joe.
Yeah, and I like Angry Joe. I really do. He, I think pretty much everyone left Channel Awesome, and I can't really blame them. But when he did his review of Hereditary, not only him, but others who hated the movie. Well, he didn't hate the movie. He's like, yeah, but the comments are just complete fucking asinine. And the assholes 24/7. It doesn't fall far from the tree. You want to know why? Here is why. It's because last year A24 showed their new colors when they were promoting It Comes at Night.
Okay.
Because assholes 24/7 were not only just being a smart ass or a complete asshole towards who people thought that real true movie fans will like to go see films, unlike those pieces of shit films that came out, that are coming out this summer that are either like a sequel or anything. I was like, okay, so you're talking shit about War for the Planet of the Apes? I was like, you're nothing compared to them.
Don't bring up my masterpiece ever again. Caesar.
Yeah. Of all the piece of shit summer films, like they're just blatantly talking shit about the other films. I was just like, first of all, you're not even fucking worthy enough of sniffing Caesar or Andy Serkis's jockstrap, let alone wear it. And especially when you're promoting a movie called It Comes at Night, where nothing fucking happens, and the movie was about nothing. Misleading bullshit. Okay? So with Hereditary, they're pulling the same shit. And you know what? Let's read some of these beloved comments, shall we? Okay, and these are actual legit comments I saw. These are word for word. L Funky A says, disagree. It is the closest thing to an instant horror classic for the past few years, along with The Witch and not Get Out. There's nothing goofy about it. It pays homage to Rosemary's Baby, another classic. Anyone who laughed at it has a low IQ. No offense. Yet I heard.
No offense, couldn't get any worse.
Yeah. Yet I heard at multiple mainstream screenings, there were many people who were laughing in the theater.
Really?
Especially in the final act. Okay, and I said, and there's another person. You didn't like The Witch Eater? The Witch Eater, another, film where critics love to get audiences where you either polarized or they fucking flat out hated it. Now I'm starting to think you just don't like good movies. Perhaps A Quiet Place or Conjuring 2 is more of your speed. Yeah, because The Conjuring 2 is a great sequel, and A Quiet Place is a horror masterpiece.
I also think it's also entertaining. A Quiet Place. And
not only that, it was, my God, the movie is brilliant.
Yeah.
The movie is it's beautiful visual presentation.
Also, side note, speaking of A Quiet Place, I actually got to meet John Krasinski and talk to him.
You know what? John Krasinski in that movie, he looks like Joel from The Last of Us. I kind of got that vibe, And the daughter, who was so good in the movie, absolutely. I love A Quiet Place. I couldn't praise the movie enough. The little girl is actually deaf in real life, and so yeah, the movie works on its own merits. So okay, oh yeah, remember how they say that they'll pull the casual mainstream, bottom of the barrel, lowest common denominator bullshit lingo. Yeah, here's another one. Can barely hear the dude. The audio is okay. Obviously, a ton about the movie went over your head, and that's okay. It seems you aren't in this type of horror film. You might want to try Googling jump scare movies, and you'll be fulfilled eventually. Another one. I mean, they shit all over It Comes at Night because it was fucking garbage. Not to be that guy, but they just tend to like more crowd-pleasing films. See, it's this is the type of shit that is just like, I was just like, man, hey, where's Thanos? Thanos, snap your fucking fingers and make these fuckers disappear. Yeah, what is wrong with today's audience? Everything has to appease their ADD and false intellectually. If there isn't some explosion or mental break every 5 minutes, it's boring. If there isn't a surprise or twist ending, it's too predictable and trite. That seems to be no appreciation for measured intellectual horror. I love it how they claim, this is pretty,
Can you repeat it again?
What this quote, this whole thing, what he just said?
Yeah.
Okay. This is from Sis N. That is what's wrong with today's audience. He was replying to somebody.
Okay.
Everything has to appease their ADD and falls intellectually. If there isn't some explosion or mental break every 5 minutes, it's boring. If there isn't a surprise or twist ending, it's too predictable and trite. There seems to be no appreciation for measured intellectual horror.
I mean,
I couldn't believe it either, dude.
Yeah, I got nothing with that. But I just like, and mind you, I'm not a horror movie fan, at all specifically. But I just occasionally like a few, horror movies here and there, and but mostly with like, movies like The Witch, it's just like, I understand what they're doing. It's just that,
I do too. And I love it how these fucking assholes are like, oh, you just didn't get it. It went over your head. I was like, no, I get the fucking movie. I know, I understand especially with Hereditary. I understand what it was doing.
There's something called different perspectives. Do you realize that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Comment section?
Yep. And speaking of that, Danny Boy and Austin, they said this a long time ago it was one of the greatest. It's the greatest comments I think I've ever read, because this was like 9 months ago, and this A24. I don't think an art house movie from a film company like this is made for someone who's is made for someone who is actively hates art house movies. And then Danny Boy says this. So by your logic, we shouldn't harshly criticize 50 Shades or Twilight because they're made for a certain demographic. Fucking owned! You got fucking owned, bitch! And then Austin says this. He goes, yes, I agree. Not every film studio is perfect, but the statement, I think you're all a bit too harsh on the studio that makes films that's aimed towards a certain demographic. That's what this person said. It doesn't matter what demographic a film is aimed for. All films should be judged on an equal level. I'm not going to give the Emoji Movie a pass simply because it's aimed at children. Two of the best fucking comments I've ever read. And you want to talk about a guy getting ass fucked by his own bullshit. I couldn't agree any more with that. So it's fucking ridiculous. It's ridiculous with this bullshit that goes on. You wonder why I fucking hate film Twitter and the PDCAs and Happy Madness and fucktards. Well, for that's a more personal. Just like with hell, LukeNukem should fucking know with the DC fanboys.
They're the worst. I'm telling you, like, I'm serious. Most of the DC fanboys I come across, except for the ones who I actually think, like, they're great people who I know who, like, are really into the DC cinema, like, into DC films, like, The Dark Knight and
Dark
like
Knight,
Superman,
Superman, Watchmen. Wait, no, was Watchmen DC?
Yeah, Watchmen's DC.
Oh, it was DC. Okay.
Yeah. I think the vast majority of it are either, like diehard DC fanboys or just like Zack Snyder apologists. And just...
Hey, I used to love Zack Snyder, and then he did Sucker Punch. I'm like, what the fuck was that shit?
And then he made two of the worst films I think I've ever seen.
Batman v Superman was
Sucker Punch and Batman v Superman.
Oh, Batman v Superman was not good. Justice League was, for me, it was worse. I know not for you, LukeNukem, but still, you see where I'm going with this.
It's still terrible.
Probably some of the worst visual effects I think I've ever seen.
Yeah. And yeah, we all know that fanboys are just shrieking sacks of virginity, to our knowledge. But there are some who are actually incredibly good people.
Yeah, like especially people who are fans of A24, people like Austin Putnam or Canole, Nick Canole Canino, or the Sidewinder, the Cliffy B of film, Adam, almost sideways Adam, and others like that. Why can't there be more people like them? And yet people accuse me. Okay, people accuse me of going after people with filmed and like films like La La Land and Blade Runner 2049 and Arrival. I was like, no, they went after me for those movies. Remember, especially with Blade Runner for months. So
I didn't come after you because
no, not you, but others. Others did big time.
Yeah. I think they came after you for Blade Runner specifically because.
Oh yeah.
It's not that the whole thing, oh, you didn't get it, it went over your head, but I just think, to my knowledge, you hated the first Blade Runner movie.
I was not a fan of it, no.
But and you also didn't like Denis Villeneuve, but
minus one movie.
So I also find it quizzical that I was wondering if you would I was wondering because like people may have been thinking, I don't know, to my knowledge, that you didn't give Blade Runner 2049 a chance.
Oh, I did. I was just like, hey, and there are some films I thought I was going to fucking hate, and I ended up really liking them. One of them was The Great Gatsby. I thought I was going to hate that movie, the Leonardo DiCaprio one. Another one was The Cure for Wellness.
Yeah.
I didn't think that one was going to be any good at all. I'll give you the two greatest big examples. I was talking major shit about Rise of the Planet of the Apes. Okay? And when it was over, I owed the director an apology in my review because it was phenomenal. It was my number 2 best film of the year, okay? Yeah. Or Edge of Tomorrow. That was another film I was talking shit, and I loved it. Or John Wick, or the first Magic Mike. So, folks, I always go into film with an open mind. I always do. Okay?
As we all should.
I thought I was going to hate The Rover, an A24 film, and I ended up really liking it. So, it's just fucking absurd. And some people are like, oh, you just go after people claiming they're pretentious for no. I was like, no, I go after PDCAs who pull this shit against others, especially if they're Marvel fans. It's happened to Danny Z. It's happened to Billy R. and a couple others. I've seen it happen multiple times. Jeremy Jahns, he fucking left film Twitter because of this shit. It's just fucking ridiculous.
And I'm still happy that Jeremy Jahns is still back on the internet. Mostly after what has happened in E3. But
OMB asks you, did you hated the first Blade Runner?
I actually really liked the first Blade Runner. No offense
okay.
to
No, it's all right. Hey, more power. Hey, at least it's not an Adam Sandler movie.
Unless it's like Happy Gilmore or...
Oh, God, you're killing me. You're killing me!
Unless it's like, that or Punch Drunk Love or...
Oh, I love Punch Drunk. And remember what I said in the Pixels? I'm still waiting to fight Dennis Douchebag in a fucking cage.
Hope it's not fixed, like Dana White.
No, well, at least he's better than Vince McMahon.
At least he's better than CM Punk. No offense, Punk. I love you as a wrestler.
You're
not
fuck
a great UFC fighter.
But I will give him this. He has the fucking balls to go in there, and yeah, he got his ass kicked, but he took it like a man. Yeah. Unlike you, Corey Graves, who has to beat him down when he's at his lowest, and he's like, oh, he used to be my best friend. He doesn't talk to me. When? Maybe because WWE nearly killed him.
And he won the case.
He won the fucking case. That goddamn doctor tried to sue him for millions of dollars for it destroyed his reputation. Guess what? He was right. That's why I respect CM Punk, because he's a fucking man.
And sorry we got completely sidetracked.
I know, but still. People are joining it, hold on, let me see here. I just got a message. Okay, understood. Let me just go over and see what else I have, because I know I have some other goodies here. I was going to do a slideshow Gary, but I know Gary's probably not in the mood for it. I'm not sure, but hold on a second. Okay, no worries. Let me just go down.
Try another time, maybe when
episode 48, folks. When I said I wasn't feeling well, I wasn't kidding. That's why I had to step away. You probably didn't. I don't know if you saw my box in the screen there, but
you know what? I pretty much went over most of my topics. I was gonna. Okay, there was a lot of fucking trailers that were released, but I'll talk about that another time. I mean, a lot. Like Dragon 3, The Nun, Wreck-It Ralph, First Man, Halloween, Dumbo, Mortal Engine, Dumbo, Gary.
We'll go over those real quick. We'll go till 8 o'clock. Just go over those real quick.
Wait, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. How to Train Your Dragon 3. It warmed my heart.
It was a beautiful trailer.
It's a better third movie than Kung Fu Panda 3.
You be quiet, LukeNukem. That was an awesome movie.
No, it wasn't.
Oh! Kai was awesome.
It was almost awesome.
Why am I turning into Arnold Schwarzenegger in Total Recall? I have no idea. How to Train Your Dragon. Yeah. How to Train Your Dragon 3. is the most beautiful looking animated film I've ever seen. From what I saw in the trailer, and where the film's going to lead to, oh, I've been waiting so many years for this. Because How to Train Your Dragon 1 was the film that I was just like, oh my god, this rival, if not, can beat Pixar, in terms of how good it is. Dragon 2, Empire Strikes Back of animated films. Dragon 3 is going to be the final film in the trilogy. Man,
let's hope it's no Spider-Man 3.
Oh my god, yeah. Fucking emo Spider-Man. That's all I'm gonna say, right? And shitty visual effects at times. It's gonna have the entire cast and crew from the first 2 films. I cannot wait for this. Yeah. I cannot fucking wait. It's my most anticipated film next year. The Nun, very creepy, especially this one scare that got me so bad.
My most anticipated horror film for the remainder of the year.
Yep. It's probably same here. I cannot wait for The Nun. What the heck was that? Are you trying to? Wreck-It Ralph Breaks the Internet. My most anticipated film of the fall. Hey, Emoji Movie. This is how it's done correctly, because it does take place in the internet and it's showing a lot of shit. But here's the thing, though: they established their characters. Okay, and it makes sense due to the fact that it's gaming online. Okay,
as if like the first trailer didn't make me like the first trailer made me go like, okay, that was very hilarious right there with that bunny eating those pancakes.
That was fucking hysterical. And this one, the funniest scene is when
there was one scene that made me go like, sold. I'm in.
Oh, well, now it involves all the princess, but when Cinderella, what's the little girl's name that played by Silver Silverman?
Some bitch.
Some bitch.
Vanellope.
Okay, Cinderella takes off one of her glass slippers and breaks it off like a beer bottle, and turning it into like a stabbing weapon, and she's ready to stab her with it. I was like, that was genius. And how they're like doing all of the princess, cliches and all that. Genius.
Yeah.
Fucking genius. I cannot wait for Wreck-It Ralph 2. Cannot fucking wait. Let me look what else. First Man. This is Damien Chazelle about the Apollo 11 mission, what went behind and everything. Brilliant trailer. Halloween. Rob Zombie, take some fucking notes, because this is how you make a Halloween movie credible.
I mean, it looks fun. I'll give it that.
Dude, it other than Halloween 2, the not the zombie movie, but the one back in the day, wasn't that bad. This is a legit sequel to the original. I know,
and it's also written by Danny McBride.
Yeah, and David Gordon Green, he's a hit or miss. But this looks like he can hit. So, next one, Mortal Engines. This has me intrigued because I love the atmosphere and I love the scenario. It reminds me of like Mad Max Fury Road meets with Lord of the Rings.
Yes, that's exactly what I was thinking.
Mm-hmm. And it's from the exact same people who did the Lord of the Rings trilogy. Minus the director, who was one of the main art directors, I believe.
Yeah.
Bumblebee. This is what fucking Transformers should have been.
Yeah.
God, and you notice there's not one single explosion other than that helicopter.
Yeah, that helicopter crash.
Which looked awesome, by the way. This is what fucking Transformers should have been, because they're taking the approach with E.T. and the Iron Giant. That's exactly what it needs to be. And I was fucking sold with the trailer. I was just like, why couldn't this be Transformers?
I had speaking of explosions, me and the toilet had a little incident there.
Bad Times at the El Royale. Drew Goddard, you're the fucking man, dude. I love Drew Goddard. This looks like a mix between like classic film noir and Quentin Tarantino put together. Spider-Man.
I don't know if that's a good thing.
I think it's a good thing, especially with the cast and crew and where it's all centering about. Worry about the writer though. I'm not, because the guy who directed Kubo and the Two Strings is doing Bumblebee.
Yeah.
Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. This was a mind fucked of a trailer in terms of its visuals, because it looks insane. Think of it as like a graphic novel brought to beautiful, stylish animation.
Ugh.
Also, okay, this is the one trailer I wasn't a fan of. I'm sorry. The Lego Movie 2.
Oh, really?
Yeah. The reason why is because I was like, I could tell that Phil Lord and Christopher Miller, their overall,
They're not in there.
their view, the way they visualize certain things, the jokes felt forced. It wasn't as funny. I was just like, I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong about this. Yeah. That's pretty much most of the trailers. I want to go over one list, and that's it. And I saw this list, and this is a great list. This is from, if I can find the fucking thing. No. Okay, here we go.
Okay, hold it for a minute. But the director, who did the Lego Movie 2, is Mike Mitchell. Mike Mitchell.
Yeah.
He directed Trolls.
What did he do?
Trolls.
Yeah, he also did something else too.
He did, I think, Shrek.
Gary, I hope you fucking shit yourself, you nasty butt crack.
No, I don't think he did. Wait a minute. Yeah, he did. He did Shrek Forever After.
Oh, God. Well, as like I said, prove me wrong, please. So, this is from Cheat Sheet, not shit. The 15 most polarizing movies of the past 10 years. This is a great list. Go over these really quick. Number 15, Ghostbusters 2016.
I concur.
You know, of course, if you know what polarizing means, a polarizing movie or divisive movie is a film where you'll either love it or you'll hate it.
Ghostbusters, the shit make.
Yeah. Number 14, I agree with this one, even though LukeNukem, I don't know about how Gary feels about the movie, but I agree with this pick, but I really like this movie. Watchmen.
I didn't see it.
I really love Watchmen.
Oh, wait. We probably will because of Gary's not feeling the best. So, number 13, Jurassic World.
I was one of the people who loved the hell out of that movie.
I had, other than the first half of the movie, which, second half easily made it up for me. Number 12, oh my God, I have a love-hate relationship with this fucking movie. Spring Breakers.
I fucking despised that film so much. Fucking
Guess what? Another A24 movie.
Oh, that's like the only time you'll hear them on this fucking list. Number 11, I agree. I was not a fan of this movie. The first Paranormal Activity.
It was
Not a fan of the Paranormal Activity movies.
I love the third one though.
The third one was obviously the greatest.
Oh my God, I love that third movie. Everything, all the other ones I couldn't give a fuck. Number 10, Tron Legacy.
I never saw it.
And we just talked about Tron Legacy.
Yeah. Beautiful looking movie. One of the best looking films you'll ever see. But number 9, it's polarizing in terms of audiences, how they felt, even though critically it was a juggernaut. Number 9, The Dark Knight Rises.
I can see
Good
it
movie.
being completely divisive.
Mm-hmm.
There are some people who weren't a fan of it.
Number 8. You ready?
You got it. You got it.
Man of Steel.
Oh, that is my.
LukeNukem his reaction.
That is my best superhero film of the decade, man.
Oh, okay. I love Man of Steel, but Batman, bat shit for super fuck and justice shit, no.
Oh man,
I can feel LukeNukem's pain. Number 7, this is another film. Man, like I said, this list is really good. Number 7, Prometheus.
And Bob.
I thought it was fine.
Prometheus and Bob from the show Kablam.
Yeah. The fucking skits. Shano teaching the caveman.
Tape number 47. Kite. Number 6. Star Wars: The Last Jedi. Yep.
I never saw it.
Yeah. Okay, the one that's number 5, I believe should be number 1.
And it is?
Mother.
Oh, boy.
Oh, one of the very few movies in existence that has an F on Cinema Score. You know how fucking hard it is to earn an F on Cinema Score?
You must have to be a big failure.
You would have to be like Battlefield Earth caliber bad.
I don't even think, does Battlefield Earth have an F on Cinema Score?
Mm.
I have no clue.
Number 4. Oh my god, I fucking hate this goddamn movie. And I hate this filmmaker with a burning passion. And I covered him before. Number 4, Antichrist. Lars von Trier, that piece of shit. Ugh. Number 3, a film. This was my number 2 worst film of this year. And Alex will agree with me. Cloud Atlas, or Cloud Aslick, as I like to call it. Number 2, The Tree of Life, or as I like to call it, The Tree of Lifeless.
Oh man.
I fucking hate this movie.
Battlefield Earth has a D+.
Okay, for Battlefield Earth, one of the 10 worst fucking movies ever, to have a better rating than Mother. Oh wait, Elsie Muscle said, "Damn it, I just keep farting." What the fuck did you eat? Did you eat those Archer chicken bacon jalapeno pizza? Okay, what do you think number 1's gonna be? Of the last 10 years. So think of 2008 to 2018.
Okay, hold that thought.
I'm surprised Interstellar's not on here.
Yeah, because people just have a hard-on for Christopher Nolan.
Well, remember what I said. I love the first 2 hours, but the last 50 minutes.
I was Christopher Nolan too, but gotta be honest, Jesus Christ can't make a miracle every time.
Well,
why do you think my dreams never happen?
Oh, be quiet, Gary. Hey, I'm one of the biggest Nolan nut huggers. Okay, I will say that. And the last 50 minutes of that movie was shit. Okay. Oh my god, Tiffany, you nailed it. Number 1 is Avatar.
Yeah.
The only reason why that movie was popular is because of the graphics, dude.
Well, it was so,
yeah,
it was ahead of its time. It literally set a new standard in terms of technical aspects, but in terms of story and character, huh?
Yes. No. Yeah, the problem is the story that people are conflicted with.
Because it's the same thing we've heard throughout so many other movies.
Yes. And it's like one of those movies that kind of, popularized 3D.
It did. It actually did. But you know what? I saw a movie that came out months ago before that, and it was pretty much a masterpiece. It's called District 9.
Yes.
One
of the best sci-fi movies I've ever seen.
And one of the best directorial debuts and acting debuts ever. And it's funny because Neil Blomkamp and Peter Jackson, the original movie they were going to make was Halo.
Yes.
And you can make that work. I saw this fucking short where these people are going through like boot camp training, like Marine boot camp training, and they become like part of the Halo program and all. I was just like, this could work.
As long as you're a good writer and director for that.
Mm-hmm. So there you have it. I thought this was a great list. I can agree with this is probably the best list I've seen because I can agree with everything that was on this list. So I think that concludes episode 47. So Mr. Garrison.
All right, folks, I am going to bed.
Yeah.
When I said I wasn't feeling well, I did go to the toilet and I played a game called Press Your Luck, and guess what happened? I I got whammied really bad. So
Bitbox, no whammies. Stop, and you hit the flusher.
no, I was sitting by the toilet bowl. I was thinking to myself, press your luck, come on, big bucks, big bucks. I pressed the toilet. Guess what happened? It was a whammy. 4 times I was out of the game. And what made it worse is that I had to shit really bad as well. So double the pain, and my stomach is empty. I am
no, it's a
nauseous.
whammy.
I've been up for the past 27 hours. I am going to bed. Folks, I hope you enjoyed episode number 47. Episode 48, we're going to be having a special guest joining in for that episode, as we're going to be talking about animation. That's going to be the main topic for that show, so hope you join in for that particular program. It's going to be fun. Episode 49, we're going to have the Q&A with myself and Fat Boy. That's going to be around 4th of July. We'll probably have Brady on. I don't know. Episode 50. You all know the deal. More information to come on the Q&A. Blah, 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 blah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, episode 50 is going to be a special. We'll leave it at that.
Yeah, episode 49. It's going to be 2-in-1, 4th of July and Q&A. But more details will come in a separate video announcement. All that other shit after 48. So, folks, I hope you all enjoyed this. Please subscribe. More shit to come as always. And ciao for now.
Professor LukeNukem.
Well, I had a great time in the show, and I had a lot more time than I had in my previous shows that I've been in.
Well, you were gone for a good portion of it, but
a significantly long portion of it. But the thing is the whole thing with, like, Jesus Christ can't make a miracle every time. It's basically like a metaphor for Christopher Nolan, because people keep calling him the Jesus of movies. I'm a Christian.
No, that's not true. That's not true, because he's not Jesus. He's God.
Reach out and touch faith.
Oh my God! Wait, no more puns. Oh, I scared shit out of Lacey. Come here, Lacey. I'm sorry.
Nice job, you fucking bimbo.
I'm sorry, baby doggy. Aw. Yeah, he's my doggy. Hey, Lacey. Hey, Lacey. What you doing, Lacey?
Can we just end the show already?
Be quiet. I
want to go to bed.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up. Okay.
Yeah, but I had a great time on the show, and
I did too.
I can't wait to see if I get in next. And hope you guys can check out my channel, LukeNukem Movie Reviews. I'll be posting reviews for hopefully Tag, Won't You Be My Neighbor, and most importantly, the review that everyone wants to see, Incredibles 2, and what I think about it.
I put the link of his YouTube channel in the description box down below so you people can press the little red button.
Yeah, the button!
You're welcome.
Yeah. No problem, Gary. But, yeah, that's it. My name is LukeNukem. You've been blown away.
Thank you very much, everybody, tuning in to episode 47 on Netflix with the next. Tuning into episode 48 next Sunday, where we do the best. Oh, no, not the best. The overall animation theme. Of course, signing out for Professor LukeNukem. The young ESS, Mr. Garrison. Yours truly, remember boy, Game Money saying, stay tuned. And once again, motherfuck film Twitter. If you see a cactus, swallow it and fuck it whole, because that's what you rightfully deserve. You goddamn asshole prick nut gobblers. Now, if you excuse me, speaking of hot Latina porn stars, I'm going to go and look up that hot MILF starring Monique Fuentes.